102.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today is a man after my own heart.
Uh-oh.
He took his date out to get some shrooms on
What?
their first date. That's right, some mushrooms.
Like psychedelic mushrooms?
No, like regular mushrooms.
Oh, my
not
gosh.
Not as cool as it sounds. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Kevin, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
Hey,
I'm good.
man.
How are you?
Good. So your email says that you took the girl that you want to call today, you took her out mushroom hunting?
Yeah, I got to forage for mushrooms, actually, yeah.
Oh, that's
Cool.
Cool?
How did that come about? How'd you meet her?
Well, I met her on a dating website.
Okay.
And did
you
you-
just hit her up and were like, hey, I know where all the good mushrooms are in town. You want to go find them?
Well, we were talking, and she seemed like she was into outdoors
Yeah.
stuff. So, I figured it'd be kind of different to go do something cool outside instead of doing, like, the usual movie thing.
I think
yeah,
it's
like
a
go
cute...
to a bar, go to a restaurant, whatever. You decided to take her into the forest and hunt for mushrooms.
Yeah, and I brought, I made her a sandwich and stuff like that. So it was like a meal and a mushroom forage.
That's actually an adorable date. I just don't know if I would head out to the forest with a guy I'd never met and only talked to online.
Did she seem to enjoy the mushroom hunt?
Yeah, she was really attentive. She listened really well, and
What do you mean she listened really well? Like,
well, because I from an outside perspective, mushroom hunting can seem kind of lame and not so exciting, but it actually is very exciting because you can actually die if you don't really know what you're doing. There's a lot of different types of mushrooms.
That's...
pick the wrong mushroom, you could poison yourself, I guess.
Exactly. You can die from eating one, or one can taste really, really good. And
Right.
you know the exact texture and color and how they look and all that. And so she was really into listening to all of that. And she asked questions, and she seemed to be really into it.
She seemed to respect the mushroom. I like that about her.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've taken a woman out for mushroom dating? Mushroom dating.
Yeah, it actually is.
And how long was your guys' date? I mean, is this like a 3-hour activity?
Yeah, it was about 2.5.
Okay. And what's the highlight?
Well, we got a ton of mushrooms, first of all, which was really great because you don't always.
Sweet.
Sometimes. Sometimes the conditions aren't right and they don't grow.
Yeah, that's got to suck, huh?
Yeah.
That's got to be a bummer when you go out there and hunt for mushrooms and you don't come back with any. I would be really upset.
Yeah, it's like fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of mushrooms, and we took a little walk up to the top of a hill, a little mountain, and ate our little picnic. And
Kevin,
that was
can I ask you a
Little
question?
mountain.
Kevin, can I ask you a question? And I mean, no disrespect by this, but have you eaten some mushrooms this morning?
No, sir, I have not.
Okay.
Do I sound like I have?
You sound a little laid back.
He's like, no, grizzly bear, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Mushrooms.
Are you always this chill, Kevin, or can you be a little bit more lively on a date?
Oh no, of course I can turn it up. I can really turn it up.
Turn up for mushrooms.
Turn up for mushrooms, exactly. All right, so mushrooms aside, why do you think she's not calling you back?
I don't know. Maybe she thought it was weird that I took her mushroom hunting. But usually girls like different guys and different people.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be a different person, and I am. And so I don't know.
Did it seem cool at the end of the date? Did you make plans to go out again?
Yeah. We came back to the car with all of our mushrooms, and I said, maybe we could go on another date where you come over and I cook you like a mushroom stew.
That's cute.
All right, so
And what'd she
you
say?
go out, find mushrooms, and you're going to make her a nice meal with all of the mushrooms that you guys found.
Yeah.
All right, and she was into that idea?
Yeah, and it was pretty cool because she gave me all of her mushrooms.
Sweet.
I don't know if that'd be a good sign or not. It'd be more like, I don't trust what this guy told me.
Did you guys kiss or anything at the end of the night? Was there any contact?
No, there was not much contact because it was the first time, so it wasn't like,
All right, so you said, I will make the mushrooms that we found. I'll make you dinner. And have you texted her and tried to make plans for that? Has she responded to you at all?
No.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
3.
Okay.
Or there's not a chance that she could have got one of those poison mushrooms, took a bite of it when she got home, and is no longer with us, is there?
It could be a possibility.
5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have a celebrity joining us for today's second date update. His name is Kevin, the Mushroom Hunter. He's hunted mushrooms from far and wide. He can take down any mushroom anywhere, from a giant portobello to a small tasty shiitake. It doesn't matter. Kevin, the Mushroom Hunter, is there.
That's good, Jubal.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Have you ever had such a great intro before?
No, that was pretty cool.
He sounds so badass.
Yeah, he does.
I do-
Kevin took his date out mushroom hunting. He met her online. They went out to forage for some mushrooms. He thinks that she had a good time. At the end of the date, she actually gave him the mushrooms that she found, and he said, well, maybe on the next date, we can cook these mushrooms in a nice dinner. And she said, yeah, but he hasn't heard anything from her. So we're about to call Julia and get her on the phone and find out why she would refuse a date from Kevin, the Mushroom Hunter. No woman can turn him down. All right, Kevin. Any last thoughts before we call Julia?
No, I'm okay.
All right, cool. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Perfect.
Here we go.
Hello,
Can I speak to Julia, please?
this is her.
Hey, Julia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
You listen to the radio at all?
Yeah, I listen to the radio.
Okay, have you heard of Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
No.
Okay, you didn't have to say that so quickly. We're a morning radio show, and I recently got an email about you. It's from a guy that you went out on a date with. His name is Kevin.
Oh.
Do you remember Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked to Kevin a little bit about your date. It was an interesting one. He told us that he took you mushroom hunting. Did you enjoy that?
I mean, it was okay, I guess.
It was just okay?
It was kind of weird.
It was weird?
Yeah.
Was he just like was he just too into mushrooms maybe for you?
He was really into the mushrooms. It was kind of all the date was about, really.
But it's kind of cute though. You can give him credit for like sharing his interest with you and trying to do something different.
Yeah, I guess. No, I don't, though. No. It was a really weird date. It was really weird. I mean, he took me out to the forest, and we looked for mushrooms. Like, what kind of date is that?
Is that not the normal date that you usually go on?
No. But we messaged back and forth for a while, and he finally asked me out, and he asked if I wanted to go get some mushrooms, and I said, hell yeah.
Oh, were you thinking a different kind of mushroom?
Well, obviously. I like to go out with my friends and party and have an awesome time.
So he didn't say to you, do you want to go mushroom hunting with me? He just said, do you want to get mushrooms? And you were like, let's do this. I've got some tickets to see Diplo this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
That is exactly what happened. I thought we were going to go out and have a wild time and get some mushrooms, and instead we went to the forest and searched for them to put on mushrooms like burgers or something.
Oh my gosh. When did it actually dawn on you that you weren't going to be doing psychedelic drugs?
About halfway through our picnic when we were sitting in the forest and looking at birds.
You're like, those birds are actually real. I want to see fake birds that are in my mind right now.
Exactly. We're just not compatible. I'm just about having a good time.
Okay. And at any moment during the date, did you think about telling him that?
There were a couple times that I thought about it, but I just didn't think it would even be worth it. I didn't think he'd get it. And also I was in the forest with some guy I didn't know. I didn't want him to, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what would you say to him if you could tell him anything right now?
To be more clear about what kind of mushrooms you want.
Okay, well, you can actually tell him that right now because Kevin is on the other line listening.
What?
Yep.
No.
Yeah. Hey, Hey, Julia.
Oh, my God.
So you thought when I said, let's go out and get some mushrooms, you thought that I was saying, let's go do drugs?
I mean, yeah.
But it's a first date. Well, why would we go do drugs and trip on shrooms on our first date?
I mean, why not?
I like your attitude.
Why not? I love to go out and have fun. I mean, I've said that. I thought you got that.
I had absolutely no idea if that's what you wanted.
It's fine. I'm into doing my fun things, and you're into doing your stuff.
Well, just because I don't do shrooms doesn't mean I'm not fun. I'm definitely fun.
Really? Prove it. What is your idea of fun? Going in the forest?
I just think you don't understand me because I am actually a lot of fun. Every weekend I actually go bowling with my childhood friends. And, you know, we get beer and we get a couple pictures and, you know, I do fun stuff too.
You go bowling and take pictures, and that's fun. Okay.
I didn't say pictures. I said pictures of beer. We get crazy.
Really crazy at the bowling alley, huh? Okay. But Kevin, I'm sorry. It's just this. I have very different ideas of fun than you. My idea of fun is going and staying out all night, literally all night, having whatever pills people offer to me.
Oh my God.
And dancing to EDM music throughout the night, and that's it. And 24-hour ragers, man, like that's my idea of fun. And your idea of fun is going into the forest. So I just don't see it happening.
I stay up late too. I can stay up late on you know, I can do 24-hour parties.
It doesn't sound like it, Kevin. No, it's not a bad thing. That's just you. Just be you. That's fine. I do have to ask, Julia, would you like to go out on a second date with Kevin? We'll pay for it.
No, that's okay.
Okay, that doesn't really surprise me very much. Kevin, are you okay with that?
I mean, I guess I am okay with that. I'm fun. I know I'm fun, and I guess I just have fun in different ways and kind of better ways.
All right, Kevin. Well, that second date didn't work out for you. I'm sorry about it. But there is a girl out there who will like to hunt for mushrooms with you, I'm sure. Okay?
Yeah, I know there is.
All right.
There's lots of them.
In the meantime, I do have somebody I'd like to introduce you to that I think you might click with very well.
Nice.
Her name is Molly.
That is enough.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Bread and butter wines pair with the life moments you love, offering a rich and jammy Cabernet Sauvignon, a silky smooth Pinot Noir, and a buttery Chardonnay. Bread and butter wines are delicious. Find bread and butter wines in your favorite store.
I feel like dating has changed so much over the last decade. Things that used to be frowned upon are now not only acceptable, but actually considered cool.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, like hooking up with a complete stranger off the internet.
Totally.
10 years ago, that was dangerous, crazy behavior.
That was the goal.
I thought 10 years ago was still pretty fun.
Well,
but that was me. I don't know.
I mean, now it's the foundation of a healthy marriage.
That's
It
right.
really
Yes.
Also using pickup lines. 10 years ago,
Yeah.
super lame. Today, it's more romantic than Shakespearean poetry. That's where we're at these days. And apparently one of our listeners, Julia, got lured in by a saucy pickup line. And look where it got her, begging for romantic help on the radio.
Oh, man. That is a desperate place.
So, Julia, thanks for emailing the show. We'll get to the pickup line in just a second, but first, let's start with the guy's name and where you met him.
His name's Brett, and I met him on Tinder.
Okay. Nice. And obviously you liked his looks because that's what you base everything on, right, on Tinder.
That's a lot to assume,
just-
Brooke. Jeez.
I don't know.
You're just assuming that she's shallow right off the bat?
I'm not, but that's like your first interaction with someone online is the looks.
His bio could say, I do not want to
Okay, if I said that, you would all be like, no, that's just about looks. That's what you would have argued against me.
Let's ask. Julia, was he good looking?
His profile picture did get me, but this is why.
Okay.
He had an amazing view. It was like he had hiked some beautiful mountain, and it was just this gorgeous landscape. And I had to know the person.
That's how you
Okay.
know he's a real hiker.
In other words, not really.
Yeah.
Not really that attractive, but he takes a good picture.
He was very small in the photo.
Yeah.
It was all about the mountains. You couldn't really tell.
So what was the pickup line? You said he used a pickup line on you. What was it?
Yeah. So he said, what do yogurt, a bowl of cereal, and Julia from Tinder all have in common?
Okay.
What did he say?
I want to spoon all of them.
Oh, I love it.
Adorable.
Not Alexis. No.
Really?
A spork? Are you more of a spork type of lady?
There's none of those.
Okay.
No food
All right.
knife references.
Well, it doesn't matter because it worked for Julia.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so that got a conversation going?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. And the way that we started talking, he had energy to him. He was very charismatic.
Oh, that's nice.
So what did you end up doing for your date?
So actually, we started talking about the photo, and he segued into saying, well, why don't I take you on a hike and show you where I took that photo?
Oh.
That's why he uses that picture.
Yeah.
How many girls has he
there
brought up
you
to the
go.
top of this
But
mountain?
like I tried
pretty
to say,
genius.
he's an actual hiker. 99% of guys that say, or women that say they're hikers on Tinder aren't. He's proving it.
Unless
It's
there's
true.
a gondola to that lookout point.
That's true, yeah. He did it one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a great first date. So did you guys do the hike?
We did, yeah. We grabbed
Cool.
flashlights. We got out there real early because we wanted to do it for sunrise. So
Oh, that's right.
Oh, nice.
wow.
I mean,
Kind of romantic.
brave to
scary.
meet a stranger
Yeah.
in the woods in the dark with flashlights.
How did it go?
it was great. We had great conversation. The landscape was beautiful. And I mean, it was just breathtaking when we got up to the top.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was really early in the morning. Did you guys continue? Did you go to breakfast or anything afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of where things turned a little bit. We were talking about maybe brunch or going to get some coffee or something. And as we were talking, he fell and he twisted his ankle.
Oh,
no. Ow.
Yeah.
Why does that stop you from eating?
That's a good question, Jeffrey.
Well, he seemed like he was in a lot of pain, and I gave him a ride home. So I told him, I wouldn't have minded if we needed to go to breakfast another time or maybe eat breakfast at home or something.
Sure. What did he say?
Yeah.
He just said that he thought he should go home and rest. And of course that I would take him inside and help him, but he declined. I don't know if maybe he was embarrassed that he wasn't feeling good or that he was in so much pain, or maybe he doesn't handle pain well. I don't know, but he just wanted me to drop him off.
Maybe he just needed to let some tears out on his own.
Yeah, exactly. Cry, elevate it, ice it.
So he just ended the date there?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
What a tease. After all that talk in the pickup line about the cereal and the yogurt and the
very
spooning,
true.
and then
That's true.
none of that apparently.
You can spoon with a twisted ankle.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was sad. I didn't want the morning to end.
Yeah.
I was a little bummed that he declined my help.
Right.
But you could see why. I mean, this for once, it's not
Yeah.
like a crazy random experience. Like the guy hurt himself. He wanted to.
I don't know.
Recover.
Men love to be taken care of.
We
Yeah.
do.
Are you kidding me? Like, I think that there may have been something else going on.
Maybe.
They're the biggest babies.
But that's kind of what I was thinking. It's been a week, and I'm thinking about it. As I dropped him off, he got out of the car, and for probably the first, 8 or 10 feet, he was walking normal, and then all of a sudden kind of kicked back into limping, which was weird. And then later, I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, does he have a girlfriend? Like, did he not want me to come inside because she's there? Like, my mind is racing because we haven't spoken since. He hasn't called me, I haven't called him, and I don't know what to do about that.
Oh my
That last
God.
little limping part was weird.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't fake an injury.
It's really suspicious. Let's play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Brett for you, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on. Today, we're going to attempt to solve the mystery of the date who went limp.
Oh, God. That is not a good title
No.
for this. I mean,
Not that kind of limp.
so many women are like, God, there's been so many.
Yeah.
No.
Many mysteries.
They all have that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the other kind, a leg limp.
You should clarify that.
It's good to clarify, because one of our listeners, Julia, went for a sunrise hike with a guy named Brett, and on the way back, Brett twisted his ankle and had to hobble the rest of the way down the mountain.
Oh, ouch.
But mysteriously, when she dropped Brett off at his house, his limp magically disappeared for a few seconds before it suddenly came back again.
It's a miracle. He works in mysterious ways.
Miracle, but also kind of odd.
Yeah, it's a little sketch.
So odd that Julia hasn't even reached out to Brett since their date, and now she's asking us to put on our detective hats and do some investigative legwork.
Oh, God. The puns just don't stop.
That was only one pun this time.
Fine.
That was pretty
Fine.
good.
I know. The king
Now,
of puns.
Julia, before we call him, how are you feeling?
Good. I guess a little confused.
By the pun?
You can explain it.
I mean, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you, Julia.
I mean, it's one of those situations that if he really did fake an injury, what a coward, right? Like, you don't want to go out with him again if that's the case.
Yeah, I just really want to know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it then. We're going to give Brett a call and try and get you your second date update. You ready?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I'm dialing the number right now.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Brett.
Yeah, this is Brett. What's going on?
Hey, Brett. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Okay. I'm sorry, where are you from?
From a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
I'm on the radio?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Congratulations.
Okay, cool. What's going on?
You are a chipper, sir.
Do you want to do a shout out to a friend maybe?
Oh my gosh.
We're doing morning shout outs right now.
We never do shout outs.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I want to shout out to my moms.
Oh.
You're great, and I love you, and thanks for everything you do for me.
Oh, okay.
He's so likable right now.
We should do this. We
I
should
mean-
call people and ask for shout outs.
No, we don't need mom shout outs
Mom
all day.
shout outs, yeah. So here's the thing, Brett. The real reason that we're calling is not for a shout out. It's because we're doing something called a second date update.
A what?
A second date update.
Does not involve your mom.
No, at least I hope it's not about your mom.
Yeah.
But basically, the way this segment works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh.
And so recently we got an email from a girl who went out with you. Her name's Julia.
Oh, yeah. She's great. We had a great time.
Okay.
Is that sincere? It's hard to tell.
Oh, no, she's awesome, man. She's really cute and sweet. I felt like we had a good time.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Hey, all right then.
There's some things that she noticed, though, that make it seem like what you're saying is a little disingenuous.
Why?
First of all, you haven't made a move. You haven't reached out to get in touch with Julia since your date happened.
Yeah, I guess I haven't.
Yeah, that
Okay.
tends to be a pretty strong indicator that you're interested in somebody.
It's
Is
important.
try and get a hold of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like
Confirm.
you didn't leave the date on a very good note either.
What do you mean?
Well, she mentioned that you hurt your ankle when you were going down the mountain after your hike.
Yeah, it sounded painful.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you know what I did? Oh, it hurt. It was
Oh
bad.
my God, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Were you lying to her? She said she offered to go in and even help you because you were in such agony and you turned her down.
Julie even said that when she dropped you off, you stopped limping for a little bit. It was a little suspicious.
Yeah, I think it was like a tendon or something, and I must have been stepping on it right, and then I stepped on it wrong again. I'm not a doctor.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
I believe it.
Thank God you're not.
So wait, were you injured or were you not injured? Because she thinks that you did that to get out of the date.
No, that'd be pretty pathetic, right?
No judgment from us on the show if you faked it to get out of it. Like, I understand sometimes dates don't go the way you expect, but it'd be nice if you told the truth here. For her sake, because if you really do like her, like you've mentioned a few times, then you might lose her if you've been lying to her this entire time.
Yeah.
Look at you with that sage advice.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know what happened. I blacked out.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know what? You're absolutely right. I feel awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Does your ankle hurts or?
No, okay, here's the deal. I'm not proud of this. I'm a little embarrassed, but yeah, I was faking.
Oh, you,
Okay.
you guys were right.
You were faking, but you said you liked her. Why would you fake an injury?
I do like her. She's really cute. She's really sweet. And we had a great time, but like, we were hiking, right? And hiking doesn't cost anything. And she was like, hey, why don't we go out to breakfast? And I am so broke right now.
Oh,
I have
buddy.
no money. And like, I didn't want to be like, oh, sure, can you pay for it?
Okay.
So then the
That
ankle rolled.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, man. It's hard. It's hard to date, especially when you're broke. It makes sense. But
Yeah.
it's also assuming that she wouldn't like you because you didn't have money.
That's just kind of what we're told, isn't it? That chicks aren't going to dig you if you...
Oh, please.
Hold
I
on.
have dated guys who could only take the bus to my house. I have dated guys that slept on cots.
Okay, but
in
you're
their
not like
brother's
everyone. Let's not
basement.
speak on behalf of all women.
You didn't end up with any of those guys.
Yeah, but they were nice people, and I
True.
really enjoyed dating them.
Now
I
they're the
think-
punchline of all of your jokes.
I think whether you're a gold digger or not, your first date, you want to set the tone. Whether she cares if you pay for a diner meal or not, he wants to be able to say, first date, I paid.
Yeah.
Well, see, I wasn't even 100% sure if and this is the other reasons I avoided her, is because I wasn't 100% sure I could even pay for a second date. Because here's the deal. 9-to-5 jobs have never worked for me. It's just the way I am. And so, like, I do, like, odd jobs on Craigslist and stuff like that. And it's been so dry lately that I just haven't been getting any work. So I was like, God, I would love to go out with her again, but what if I can't pay for a second dinner or lunch or anything, you know?
Do you-
It's not like a wait for
I
mating
mean,
kind of thing.
do you ever plan on getting a regular job?
I mean, like a regular 9-to-5, like office job, I can't do it. It's awful.
Just any job
Wow.
with a regular paycheck, I think, is
Yeah.
maybe helpful.
Yeah. A lot of hiking
I'm
in your
just that
future.
kind of guy. You know, I just need variety. A regular schedule has just never worked for me.
The instability of that, I could not get behind.
I can see why you would
Now we
leave
got
that
Brooke
part
on.
out of the date. But I know you don't like working a job, but I got to tell you, Brett, part of my job here is to tell you that Julia's been on the other line listening and she wants to talk to you.
No. She heard all that?
Yeah, she heard everything.
Yeah.
I think, Julia, you
Oh,
there?
no.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Oh, buddy.
You're fine, bro.
I mean, I've been like wondering if maybe you had a girlfriend or something all week, and maybe that's
No.
why you didn't want to.
It's not a girlfriend. I don't have a job.
Yeah, I heard.
It sounds like you don't want a job.
I don't want like a normal like 9-to-5 job.
What if it's a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. job?
What are you doing on Craigslist?
People help people move and stuff. You see ads for that.
Yeah, help people move. Sometimes, like, you know, people they need like simple stuff.
Yeah.
Pick up somebody's groceries for like older people or something like that, you know?
Odd jobs.
Okay. I mean, Julia, you've heard what really happened. How are you feeling at this point?
So lying does not work in my book. Like, if you couldn't pay for the date, like I would have paid. Like that's not a big deal.
Right.
Yeah, but you understand why I did it, right? Like, if we go out to breakfast, I don't want to be the guy that's going to finish the meal and go, oh, hey, can you pay?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I know that it can be kind of awkward in that kind of situation, but I just like even just the whole faking the leg thing, like that was just weird.
So you're okay, Julia, with the no job situation?
I guess, you know, if you're not a 9-to-5 person, I understand that.
I don't know. It sounds to me a little bit like Julia's more disappointed about the job situation than she is about the actual lie.
That is literally the opposite about what she just. It's like you couldn't be more opposite of what she just said.
I think maybe she's trying to make herself look okay in this situation.
She's just telling you the truth. What does she have to lose?
I mean, if a guy said that to me, I'd fake an injury. The real job thing, that he doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
Then you would fake one.
Yeah.
Julia, you're not lying.
I mean, I'm not lying. Sure, him not having a job is, you know, that's another thing too. I mean, I'd like to have the person I'm dating have a job. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But
Ideal.
it's really the lying thing that got me. I mean, I just don't think that's cool.
Okay, if it's really all about the lie, then let's ask Brett. Brett, do you promise going forward not to lie to Julia ever again?
I swear.
You swear?
Absolutely.
No more lies. We have it confirmed. It's on record.
Yeah.
And no more limps, real or fake.
No.
Nothing.
Yes.
Real?
And with that being said, Brett, we would like to send you and Julie out on one more date, and we
Oh
will
no,
pay
that's
for it.
okay. That's okay.
Well,
No,
no.
you don't have to do that. Brett, you're cool. It was a great hike. But it's
wow.
okay. I don't need another date.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
man.
turned.
So this is a lose-lose. He lies, he's not getting a second date. He tells the truth, he's not getting
But
a
his leg's
second
not
date.
hurt.
Yeah.
That's good for him.
I don't know. I think I just heard his ACL pop out of its socket.
Yeah, the only thing that's hurting right now is my ego. I'm pretty bruised up over here.
Oh, buddy.
Mental limp. Yikes.
You're right. Just remember, honesty, best policy.
Yeah. And Brooke loves dating guys without jobs, apparently. So maybe there's hope.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
102.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, normally going into these phone calls, I have a little bit of information. But today, I don't know anything.
What?
I know nothing about the guy on the phone that wants to do a second date update today.
Then why are we talking to him?
He sent us an email that said, I need to do a second date update really bad. Please call me. So I figured, let's call him.
What?
All I know is he wants to do a second date update. He knows how to use an email account. His name is Alex.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that the girl he wants to call isn't calling him back, but who knows? Alex, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing okay.
Alex, what's with the vague email, man?
I don't know. I didn't know what else to say. It's just that I wanted to do a second date update.
Well, you could have given us a little background information on the date itself and what happened and why you want to call this girl.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
Tell us her name.
Her name's Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay, tell us how you met Tiffany.
I met her at the club.
All right. Did you approach her? She approach you? How'd you guys actually?
I approached her, yeah.
Okay.
And is this a move you make often at the club?
No, actually, usually when I see a girl at the club, I can't get up the nerve to talk to her, and I go home lonely.
Wow, that's a sad, truthful statement, sir.
I love the honesty, Alex. All right. So,
Not good.
So what made this time different? What made you finally go, you know what? For once in my life, I'm not going to go home lonely.
I want to be happy.
Well, I saw her dancing across the dance floor with her friends, and she was moving her hips in this great way and smiling and was just so joyful. Nice. And her hips were just like all over the place. I was like, I got to get in on some of that.
All right. So apparently, Alex, we know what you are motivated by.
It's not
hips.
joy.
You like hips.
He's a hip guy.
I do, but it didn't hurt that I think she was looking at me too.
Okay, so you felt like you had some confidence, like she had already given you maybe the okay.
Yeah, and her friends were looking over. It seemed like they were talking about me. I felt like I was getting all the right signals.
Nice. Maybe it's because you were staring at her hips the whole time, and she's like, hey, this guy won't stop looking at my hips.
Well, I wasn't the only one. She was really drawing some attention.
Okay. So you went over and talked to her, and you said, hey, lady, I see your hips winking at me. I wink back. What's up?
I wasn't that smooth, actually, but
that smooth?
We call that smooth.
What did you say then?
I just went over and started dancing with her. I brought out all my goofiest moves, like the penguin and the cowboy and stuff.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's awesome.
You make her laugh.
It is so much better than going up and trying to grind on her hips. Okay.
Yeah, she laughed. So make a girl laugh. That's it, right?
Yeah. Okay. So she thought it was funny that you were dancing like that. And did your date end there at the club, or did you guys actually go out on a real date?
Well, towards the end of the night, things were going well, so I just leaned in and whispered in her, do you want to see the real penguin back at my place? And she gave me the nod.
Wait, she said yes, she didn't pour a drink on you.
Yeah, she was laughing quite a bit, so I think she said yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess the ultimate proof, if she said yes, did she go back to your place?
She did.
And how did the real penguin perform?
It started out pretty good. We'd get back. My roommate was home, which was totally unexpected. And I don't have the biggest place in the world, so, it's kind of in your face if somebody's around. But I just, offered her a drink, and we're sitting there hanging out talking, and, she gets like halfway through it and says, why don't we just try this another time?
Whoa.
It was that awkward?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you not friends with your roommate?
No, we're close, but, I'm trying to progress things with the lady, and the roommate's in the way, if you know what I mean.
Like physically in the way? Like sitting between you two? Or just his mere presence was upsetting to her?
Just the mere presence, I think.
All right.
I do see him sitting next to you, rubbing your leg.
Like in between both of them.
So she said, let's try this another time.
Yeah.
And have you tried to text her and call her and see if maybe you could make another time happen?
Yeah, I have. And I texted her, like, do you want to see the penguin again? And like,
Dude, you won't let the penguin die, will you?
I love it.
Yeah, I felt like I was being really cute and fun and haven't heard anything, so I don't know.
And you're sure it's the roommate's fault that ruined your mojo? It wasn't something that you said? Because you sound adorable, but maybe not so smooth all the time.
Yeah, everything was fine, and the conversation was good. The only thing that changed things was my roommate.
Okay. And are you still living with this roommate?
Yeah.
Because I would have moved out right after.
Yeah, I've thought about it. It's kind of a deal breaker.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I feel really bad for Alex, the guy who's on the phone, to do a second date update today. I feel really bad for him.
Why?
Because he's never going to be able to listen to this song the same ever again.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right.
Do you know that?
Because he was lied to by some hips.
Yeah, they were.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, we talked to Alex about the girl that he wants to call. He said he was originally attracted to her on the dance floor at the club because her hips would not stop looking at him and moving in his general direction, and he felt so compelled by her hips that he had to talk to her. They danced for a little while. They went back to his place. He said everything was going smoothly except his roommate was home, and he feels like his roommate might have ruined his chances with this girl because she had to leave, and that's the last that he's heard from her. So he got lied to by some hips.
Did you talk to your roommate about that night?
I did, and, nothing came up. Like, it just seemed normal, so I don't know.
Okay, so they didn't take blame for it or apologize?
No, because it seemed like there was nothing to apologize for.
Weird.
Okay, so we'll get her on the phone and find out what went wrong. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Tiffany there?
This is she.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm okay. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. I don't know it.
First,
Sorry.
I thought maybe you were familiar
I thought so
with
too.
who
Yeah.
I was and who we were, but I guess not.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Is this going to take long?
No, it shouldn't actually. I just kind of have one question to ask you, and then we can let you go about your
Okay.
business.
Okay, if it's quick, that's fine.
Okay. It's about a guy named Alex that you recently went out on a date with.
What?
It's a guy named Alex that you met at the club, and then you went back to his house.
The penguin? Maybe that rings a bell?
Yeah, no, I know who. Yeah. Okay, what?
Okay, so Alex emailed us because he really liked you, but he says that you're not answering any of his phone calls or text messages, so he thought maybe we could get you on the phone and find out if something went wrong the night that you guys met.
Yeah, it was a really weird night. Yeah.
Why? It sounded, his description of it made it sound pretty normal.
You mean you actually spoke with him?
Yeah, he told us all about your date. Well, I guess it's not really like a date, but he told us all about the night that you guys met.
Okay.
Everything he said was nice. He said that you guys seemed to have a good connection. You laughed a lot, and then you went back to his place, and then you left, and that's the last that he's heard from you.
Yeah. It's so weird. Okay, I thought he was really sweet. I just was, I don't know. After the club, I was kind of shocked with everything else that happened.
Everything else that happened. What he told us, it sounded pretty tame.
What, he told you about his roommate, right?
Yeah, he said that the roommate was there, and he feels like that killed the vibe.
Yeah, it ruined everything. Yeah.
Why is this? That shouldn't be that big of a deal, right?
No, it was actually one of the most uncomfortable things the most uncomfortable situation I've ever been in.
Why?
Why?
Everything was fine. First of all, I didn't know he had a roommate, but whatever, a lot of people do. So when we started to go there, he told me his roommate shouldn't be home, but then she was.
Okay, so it was a female.
Yeah, female, but it wasn't, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't tell you this. Okay. It was his ex-wife.
Wait, what?
Oh!
His roommate is his ex-wife? Is that what you just said to us?
Yeah.
He lives with his ex-wife. He didn't tell us that at all. He just said my roommate.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said to me too, is his roommate. And then she came into the room, was talking or whatever. He goes to get us a beer, and she was looking at me weird. I don't know. And that's when I asked her, how long have you guys been roommates? How long have you known him?
And that's when she was like, yeah, we were married for 2 years and now we've been divorced for 3 months.
Oh my
And
god.
they've only been divorced for 3 months?
3 months.
I mean,
Wow.
I kind of get it. Like, you're living with somebody, you get divorced, it's hard to move out. But why the hell are you bringing women back to your place if you're still living with your ex-wife?
Exactly.
It's because she said she wasn't going to be there, and then she was.
Oh.
Hey, Tiffany, I should let you know that Alex is on the phone.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
Hi, Tiffany. I'm so sorry that this happened. It's like a total misunderstanding.
I don't think so.
I think it's very understandable.
How is it a misunderstanding that it's your ex-wife?
I feel like that's pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, kind of cut and dry.
Yeah, we have an agreement, you know? It's not a big deal. Like, she's totally more of a roommate than an ex at this point, you know? It's been a while.
3 months.
3 months.
It's been all 3 months that you've been divorced.
Well, yeah, we got divorced just 3 months ago, but the marriage was over way before that.
Oh.
Well, maybe you should have told us that your roommate was your ex-wife. We might have known
We wouldn't even
What the
what the problem was.
I think it's the fact that it was a female is what the major problem was.
No, I mean,
No.
maybe, but no.
No, that is not the issue. The issue is that you are living with your ex-wife and you're inviting other females to come over, and that is not okay.
I understand where you're coming from, but her and I have an agreement, and we'll text each other when we're coming home, and we'll clear out, and that's just the way it's supposed to be. And it doesn't happen.
Like a normal roommate.
So wait,
Yeah, sort of.
it obviously didn't work very well if she hung around and then told your lady friend that you brought over that you guys were married at one point.
Exactly.
She never should have said that in the first place. It's against the rules of our agreement.
So she broke the rules, and that's why you got screwed out of this date.
Her fault.
Can I say one other thing?
Sure.
When he was going to get the beer and I was like left in the room with her, I heard him whisper to her, now that I understand the circumstances, he whispered to her, hey, you have to sleep on the couch tonight. And I did not understand what that meant. Well, obviously now I do.
Sleep together.
Are you kidding me? You guys are still sharing a bed?
It's a one-bedroom. We bought the place a long time ago, and we're just, we're kind of stuck with it for a little while. It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Look, we do sleep in the same bed, but we have a body pillow that we put between us.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's all good.
It's like a bumper.
Exactly. I've never done anything with anybody I've been in a bed with if there's a body pillow between us. Completely blocks it.
It does work. It works.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
great.
Tiffany, what are you worried about? He's got a body pillow between his ex-wife, who is his roommate now. Would you like to go on a second date with him?
Yeah.
We will pay for it.
No, I don't think so. No,
Why?
no way.
That's so shocking that you don't want to go out with somebody that sleeps with their ex-wife every night.
Right? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. You have too high of standards, Tiffany.
Well, it's your loss because, nowadays life is complicated and people are stuck in different homes, like after the recession. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Tiffany,
That's
look.
the way it is.
Tiffany, if you want to be successful in the dating world, you're going to learn that you're going to have to date men who are living with their wives. Current or ex.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
When he was going to get the beer and I was like left in the room with her, I heard him whisper to her, hey, you have to sleep on the couch tonight.
Oh,
together.
Are you kidding me? You guys are still sharing a bed?
It's a one-bedroom. We do sleep in the same bed, but we have a body pillow that we put between us.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's all good. Got a text in at 78592 that says, this situation is more common than you guys think. I have a bunch of friends who are doing this right now. The situation is from today's second date update. This guy, Alex, wanted to call a girl named Tiffany. They met one night, went back to his place, and his roommate was there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what turned her off. Because his roommate was not just his roommate. His roommate is actually his ex-wife. And she found out that, they actually sleep in the same bed at night because they have a one-bedroom apartment. So it kind of killed the mood a little bit.
You think?
And he was like, it's been over for a while. Our marriage wasn't even that long. We're more friends than anything. But still,
It doesn't matter.
you can see how she was a little apprehensive.
Yeah,
To date him.
Let me jump into your marital bed or ex-marital bed and sleep on her side. Ooh, it smells just like her.
Yeah. Knowing that the ex-wife is out on the couch
Right.
while they're messing around.
Right.
Too
too soon for this guy to go out and fully date, I think.
Yeah.
I think he needs to get his stuff together a little bit before.
Or date, but not necessarily bring the dates
Exactly.
back
There
to
you go.
you and your
Exactly.
ex-wife's apartment.
Or suggest, hey, why don't we go back to your place?
There it
like,
is.
why would you bring him back to your place?
Well, I have roommates. Oh, that's cool. I have roommate. You know what? Go back to my place. I got a roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's your ex-wife and you sleep in the same bed?
There's a body pillow.
But stop being so judgy.
Yeah, get over here and kiss me. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So they decided not to go out again. I'm wondering how many people are actually in this situation, though, because I bet
Well,
you it happens more than you think.
I'm wondering how many girls and how many guys the ex-wife have brought back to the place that had no idea
Oh, it's true.
that they were living
'Cause
together.
they have the rules.
They said they coordinate with each other, like, hey, I have a
Yeah.
date tonight, so please don't be home. And for whatever reason, she was actually at the apartment that night.
Yeah. I think the last time probably went wrong and she's getting a little payback or
She-
something. That's my guess, you
And
know?
it just shows the difference between men and women here, because all the dudes texting and are like, I would have still done it.
Yeah, of course. they
Wouldn't have
would.
mattered to me. And all the women are like, no, that's disturbing. I don't want to mess around with some dude while his ex-wife is there.
Yeah, even if she's
I don't
out on
even-
the couch,
you
it still
don't-
doesn't matter.
Okay, you don't even want to see pictures of an ex in a picture frame. And we're talking about like an ex-girlfriend, let alone have the actual woman in the other room.
Yep. Just hanging out on the couch while you guys do your thing.
Yeah.
You can come out and compare notes after.
She's just catching up on her Real Housewives.
Sorry about that. Hope we weren't too loud in the other room. Is that everything okay?
I
Somebody
made you guys
texted
a
in.
cheese platter. What do you want for breakfast?
Somebody texted in. Why didn't the wife leave? Because it's her house. I don't think she has to. I think he needs to change the way he's dating more than being like, get out. I know you live here, but you're going to have to sleep outside tonight because I got a date. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, this might be the first second date update we've ever done where I won't need to pay for the second date at the end of it.
I didn't think of that.
Between the two people if they decide to go out again. Kevin is on the phone with us right now, and Kevin wants to call a girl named Simone. The interesting part about this, though, is Kevin wasn't completely honest with her when they went out. He's very wealthy. His family's very wealthy. He comes from money, and usually that's a problem for him when he's dating because that's all that girls are interested in.
Poor guy.
So he tried to play it a little different this time. Kevin, you know that a lot of people are going to be texting in going, who is he?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Even I want to know.
And I promised Kevin we wouldn't say who it is, but I can tell you I talked to him off the air, and all he'll let me say is that his family got all their money in the tech industry.
Okay.
And that's it. Right, Kevin?
Yep.
But I have
Loves the
confirmed it. It's legit. Kevin is a very, very wealthy man.
Really?
Yeah.
Like very wealthy, Jubal?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I just
let
wanted
it
to know.
go. Yes, very wealthy, Jose. I know you have problems paying your car payment.
Yeah,
he
I
has more
do.
money than you.
Yes, I am, Jose. That's exactly why I didn't want to tell this girl.
Yeah, because that's how people act towards you, right? Like, wait a minute, you're how rich? How rich? Oh my God, like,
what?
wait a minute. Like, what's your monthly paycheck?
Yeah.
Have you ever been turned down before, Kevin?
Turned down?
Yeah, like denied another date. Like, you seem like a really nice guy, possibly
I've
handsome,
never been
with
turned
lots
down
of
for
rich.
anything, ever. Nobody's ever turned me down for a date, or when I wanted a car, or when I wanted a plane, or when I wanted to buy their business.
No, I guess, it sounds really snobby to say, but I haven't.
It is really snobby.
I've been the one doing the turning down,
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
It's understandable. You have a problem that most people don't have.
Right.
I mean, you're an attractive person for anybody to date, no matter what.
At this point, you guys are starting to scare me. I think y'all are going to start asking me on dates. So can we just make a phone call? Or
Yes, I'll make the call. I realize it is getting a little uncomfortable. We're just harping on your money now. All right, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and see if we can get Simone on the phone. Here we go.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Simone, please?
this is Simone.
Hi, Simone. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, where did you say that you're from?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that show.
Oh, so you're the one.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, really. That's fine. So if you don't listen to our show, I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with somebody who does listen to our show, and he asked me to get a hold of you. His name is Kevin.
Okay.
He's texted you a few times and hasn't heard anything back. Did you not like going out with Kevin?
This is just really weird that you're, I don't know, calling me and asking me about this.
I understand. We make a ton of these phone calls. It's never not weird. But do you have a few minutes to tell us about your date with Kevin?
I don't know. Is this going to, I don't know, get really weird and personal? Because I definitely don't want to do that.
Get as personal as you want it to get. We're just wondering why you're not calling him back. That's all. And he's wondering why you're not calling him back.
I don't know. I just guess I didn't really get the right kind of vibe from him.
Was he like too nice? I mean, we talked to him. He sounded really nice. Maybe too nice?
No, he was appropriately nice. He's the right level of nice. I don't know. There's just something about him that didn't quite come across as the kind of person that I would normally want to date.
Is he creepy?
No, he wasn't creepy. He was sort of, frumpy, which...
Frumpy?
Yeah. My first impression was that he wasn't making a lot of effort for this date.
So you like he dressed poorly?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he seemed he hadn't washed. I don't know, like I was wearing heels and I was wearing a really cute dress and I wanted to make a good impression and I didn't get the idea from him that that was important.
Were you... What? Because I always think frumpy, immediately I think chubby. Are you not attracted to him because of his body build?
He's cute. Not frumpy like chubby, just frumpy like I threw this on and whatever.
So you feel like he didn't put in enough effort to try to impress you?
Yeah. He was very polite. It's not like he was a jerk or anything. He was a nice person. I just had this sort of feeling from him that he is not a particularly motivated person or has any sort of real kind of hustle.
Really? You know what? There's nothing more unattractive to me than somebody who isn't motivated. I will agree with you on that. And so that's the vibe that you got, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he just seemed kind of vague and uninspired, and I have a lot of passion, and other people who have a lot of passion, and he just didn't seem to have a
you don't
really excited about.
You don't want to date somebody that's going to sit on the couch and just watch Netflix all day, suck your bank account dry, right? Yeah, I understand that completely.
You know, you want to be with somebody who wants to make something of themselves. What is wrong with that crazy person in the background?
Sorry.
I'll explain to you why Jose's laughing so hard.
Okay.
I think I might know why you had a hard time connecting with Kevin.
Yeah.
We talked to him a little bit, and he told us he was trying something different with this date. A lot of his previous dates judged him for how much money he has. So he was trying to sort of dumb himself down, I guess, to not seem like he was as wealthy as he is.
Why would somebody do that? That doesn't even make sense.
He told us that he wanted a normal dating experience with a regular girl that he met online.
Yeah, but a normal dating experience, you still, like, put on a button-down shirt. I mean, that doesn't even...
I'm with her.
Listen, as rich as this dude is, he probably doesn't even know what a normal guy dresses like.
Seriously.
But wait, who is this person? Is this guy some famous person? And
No, if you looked him up online, you would know who he is.
Are you going to tell me? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information.
I'll just let you talk to him. How about that?
Hi.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's Kevin. He's actually on the other line and been listening this whole time.
Oh, my God. You've been listening?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God, Kevin. I'm sorry I called you frumpy.
That's totally fine. I was actually going for it, going for a certain look. So I can totally see what you were seeing.
I just feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information because whoever this person was that you were like trying to pretend to be is, I don't think that's going to get you any more dates either. I don't.
Like, I want to be clear. It wasn't like I was trying to be someone else. I just didn't want to divulge everything about my life and like have you get obsessed about like my family and money like everybody else I've gone out with.
Well, I think at this point, the only thing I can do is just ask you who your family is.
Yeah, that's what I was avoiding. I don't want it to be about that. I don't want it to be like some sort of like I'm wooing you with cash here.
Well,
you know?
I wouldn't want it to be about that either, and I'm sorry that you've had that experience. I understand why you've had that experience, but give me a chance to not be that kind of person.
So wait, I can't tell, Simone, do you want to go out with him again, or do you not want to go out with him because you still think he's boring? I can't tell.
Yes, I want to go out with him again. I just need Kevin to promise to be authentic.
Okay, well, at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you'll go out on a second date. I will pay for it. We already know Simone wants to go out. Kevin, would you like to go out with Simone again?
I'm gonna have to pass. I'm gonna have to say no, man.
What? Really?
This just didn't. What? This just didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
You're the one that called in to get a second date. And you're the one that told her about the money.
I didn't say it. Jubal told her about the money.
That is true. I just wanted her to know what she was missing out on by not calling you back. Why don't you want to go out with her now? It sounded like you were into it before.
The whole point was to be anonymous, and now the whole thing's kind of blown up in my face. She knows who I am, sort of. And I don't know.
Who you are.
Yeah, she doesn't really know who you are yet.
Yeah, but the money has come into the picture, you know?
Okay, I think that's always going to be a problem for you, though, man. Like, you're going to have to get over that at some point.
It's going to be a problem because it keeps making it a problem.
Yeah.
Well, now I just really don't want to go on a date with you because of your tone. I mean, you sound kind of bitchy.
What? You know what? Good luck. I don't want to go on a date with you either.
Oh, great. Well, maybe I'll date one of the actual radio listeners rather than you. So
You want to date one of our listeners?
Good luck with that, buddy.
Hey, trust me, I can get you a date with one of our listeners. Text in 78592. You know they're only going to be interested in you for your money, though. That's it.
Money doesn't buy a personality.
Oh, yeah, but it buys a lot of other things.
That is a very good point, Kevin.
Yeah, you're an ass.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, brookandjubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back. Alexandra is on the phone with us right now. She wants to call a dude named Sean. Alexandra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Thank you for your email. You want us to call a guy named Sean today. How did you meet him?
We met through friends.
Okay.
And they thought you'd be perfect together and...
Yes, he and I have a mutual friend who thought we would, hit it off.
Your email didn't say that there was anything crazy that happened. Why do you think he's not calling you back?
Well, I don't know if I'm, reading into it too much, but we went out, we had a great time, and afterward I invited him back to my apartment, but not like the way that you would think. I genuinely just wanted to hang out with him. I have a roommate, so maybe get her opinion on him.
Did he understand that it was like just a hangout and not like indication that...
Yeah, like I kind of made it clear that my roommate was home.
You didn't wink at him and go, "You want to come back to my place, big boy?"
Unbutton a button.
So you got back to your place. Where'd you guys go first of all?
We went out to dinner.
To dinner, okay. And all that was normal?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. We had a really nice time. Like, we had dinner, we had a few drinks, we talked, we laughed. I just felt like we were really hitting it off, which is why I kind of wanted to get my roommate's opinion.
So you took him back to your place so you could get your roommate's opinion on if you should go out with him again. And did you guys do anything there?
Well, no.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
So creepy.
You know
Your
what
voice dropped.
You know what I mean, Alexandra.
Yes, I know what you mean. No. We got back and they met. I introduced him to my roommate, and I went into the other room to get drinks together and everything. And when I came back into our living room, the two of them were kind of laughing about something and stopped when I got in the room.
Ooh, awkward.
And kind of wouldn't tell me what they were laughing about.
Was it one of those situations where you feel like they were laughing about you?
Well, I don't know, about something that they didn't want me to be in on, that's for
Okay.
sure. Or at least I felt like it. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure if I'm reading into things.
I hate those situations though, because it's so awkward when that happens. You walk in on a conversation you're not supposed to hear, and then they just stop. Everybody in the room knows that you just heard it, but nobody ever says anything. It's always just like, okay, that's weird.
And your roommate is
yeah.
a good enough friend that you wanted her opinion on this guy, but she won't tell you what they were talking about even still?
Yeah, well, that's what's weird about it. It's because that's not our relationship, like mine and my roommate. We are really close.
You've asked her since then what you guys were laughing about, and she won't tell you anything, or she just say she doesn't remember?
Well, she just keeps blowing it off. She's like, oh my God, I don't even know. Like, it was nothing. Like, kind of like I'm being weird.
So what happened after that awkward moment then?
Well, she kind of abruptly had to go. After I got back into the room, she's like, well, I'm actually going to meet a friend for drinks now, so I can't stay, which I kind of didn't want. I had wanted her to get to know him a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So she bailed, and me and Sean were together. And
Well, that's probably good, right? I mean, you still got some alone time with him.
yeah, I guess. I kind of wanted her to stay, though, to be that buffer, because I didn't want to, sleep with him on the first date. So we just hung out. We watched a movie, and then, 15 minutes into it, he's like, oh, my God, it's 11 o'clock. Like, can you believe how late it is?
Whenever somebody starts dropping that, it means they want to go.
Yeah. Was it a weeknight at least? So maybe, it was late?
It was Friday night,
Ooh.
I said that. I'm like, it's Friday night. And he's like, I have to thing early in the morning, the usual stuff that a guy would say to kind of get out of there.
Yeah.
So you feel like he was blowing you off at that point?
Kind of, but then we gave each other a hug goodbye, and he's like, before he left, he was like, text me, okay? And then that was it.
Have you texted him?
I tried texting him a few times, but I didn't call just because I didn't want to seem like a stalker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you really felt like the whole date was really good up until the meeting of the roommate back at your place. Then it all went south.
Yeah, it was a total switch. I mean, we really had a great time. It wasn't like he was hesitating about coming over to hang out with me. He didn't say he had anything to do or anything. So I just was kind of like, did he go meet my roommate?
Oh, you think maybe
Oh, yeah. Rendezvous.
that they were laughing about let's meet up, and then she left, and then he left shortly after?
I mean, I don't want to. I'm hoping that I'm just being paranoid.
Mhm.
But that's, I think, kind of what I'm wondering.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you missed the first part of the second date update, Alexandra is on the phone right now. She wants us to call Sean this morning. They had a lovely date, went to dinner, ended up going back to her place so that he could meet her roommate because she wanted her roommate's opinion on him. She left the room at some point, came back, and they were laughing about something. Then her roommate left. They sat on the couch to watch a movie for a little while. Then he left. Her theory is that maybe they had a deal to hook up somewhere else, and they went to go meet each other. Alexandra, if your theory is correct, and we find that out right now, what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, that'll really suck because I will have lost a friend. I mean, I consider her a really close friend of mine, and if that's true and now they're hooking up, then I can't really live with her anymore.
So you'd be mad at that? You'd be mad if that happened? Yeah, I hope you're wrong, too. That would suck. You'd have to find a new living situation just because of a date.
Has she ever flirted with a guy before that you've been into?
Never. That's why I just think maybe I'm hoping that I'm paranoid because this has never happened.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to call him right now, see if we can get him on the phone and find out why he isn't getting back to you, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Sean there?
Yeah, this is Sean.
Hey, Sean, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
All right.
Cool.
We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. And what that is if you go out on a date with somebody and then blow them off, they email us and ask us to call you and find out why. So you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners. Her name is Alexandra.
Okay.
So you remember Alexandra?
Yeah, I remember Alexandra.
Did you like her?
Yeah, she was a really sweet girl.
Okay. Do you want to go out with her again? Because she says she's tried to text you and you haven't responded.
It's nothing personal. It's just,
So there is a reason that you don't want to go out with her again, other than just not liking her.
yeah, I'd rather not get into it,
Sean, I'll get you off the phone real quick. I know that, you probably have stuff that you need to do. But can you answer just one question for us?
All right.
Okay. Alexandra says that you were sitting there with her roommate. She came back into the room, and you guys kind of stopped talking about whatever you were talking about. And then her roommate left to go somewhere, and then you left shortly after. Did you go meet her roommate?
Is that what she said? No.
That's what what she said.
I did not go on a date with a roommate.
Oh, all right. Because that's what she thought had happened. She thought that you guys maybe had planned to go meet up somewhere else.
Not that sort of guy. So.
Okay. Is the reason that you don't want to go out with her worse than that?
How can it be worse?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nothing bad.
If she was already thinking that, then she was thinking something horrible.
Yeah.
So if what you actually have to say is not that bad, then why not just tell us? She wants to know.
Well, I mean, I just had a conversation with the roommate. She told me what the real deal was.
The real deal?
What's the real deal?
She just was saying things like, you better treat her right after this. I hope you're the right guy for it. You seem nice. This sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get really annoyed when that happens. Are you that type of dude too? Like when I go over and meet someone's new friend, they're like, "You better treat my friend right." I'm like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Like
You're not going to do anything.
It really bugs me. Yeah. So did that just turn you off right there? And you're like, "All right, she's got one of those friends," and you didn't want to call her again?
It was a little bit more than that. I mean, she said she'd never been with a man before.
What?
What?
That's
Hey,
what her roommate said. She said I should treat her nice because it was going to be her first time.
What?
So her roommate told you that she was a virgin.
What is she doing?
Yeah, she said she was a virgin.
How is that
Man.
her place to ever bring that up? Oh my gosh.
That sucks. But I do kind of see your point, Sean. That's a lot of pressure and a lot of bad sex.
Yes.
come on.
Alexandra is actually on the phone right now and heard what you just said, Sean.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Are you kidding me right now? Is this for real?
Alexandra, I am so sorry.
I can't believe she said that to you.
I mean, I was a little shocked, too.
I can't believe that this is happening right now.
Is that true, Alexandra? You've never been with a man in the biblical sense before?
Well, you know what? Yeah, but I didn't need that to be broadcast, and I can't believe she would betray me like that. I can't believe this.
Unless she's been telling all the guys that you've been going on dates with, and you just are now finding out about it.
Yeah, that's why she hasn't lost her virginity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why dudes keep leaving.
I mean, Alexandra, there's going to be a special guy, going to be able to treat you right and do all these things. It's just a little bit too special, for me, I think. You know how...
Are you kidding me? I thought guys liked that.
No.
Nope.
Most of us don't.
I feel like girls can sometimes, they can get a little clingy after the first time.
I was just about to ask you what your reasoning is, Sean. Is it because you don't want her to get too attached and you're not looking for that kind of relationship?
Yeah, it's such a high-pressure situation. The girls, they take it really seriously. They remember, every little detail about the first time.
Sean, you're making a big assumption that she was ever even going to sleep with you, dude.
I was just going to say that. How do you know that I even wanted to sleep with you?
Well, if we had been on a couple more dates, bound to happen eventually.
Alexandra, you've met Sean. I've met him now on the phone for a few minutes, and I don't think anybody can resist him.
Yeah, Jubal's pants are already off.
You don't know. I mean, Sean, how about this? Because think about it. If you guys actually got to know each other, maybe you would be like, I want to be that guy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to understand it's just a lot of pressure for a guy to be somebody's first. I think some guys might be into that. I think there's definitely somebody out there for you. It's just a lot of pressure for me. I was looking for something maybe a little bit more easygoing, at least at first.
Casual.
Yeah.
Easy going.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
A little
me?
easier of a conquest, I think. Sean, would you like to go out on a second date with Alexandra? We will pay for it. Give it another shot. Who knows? Maybe you'll want to take her virginity. That's a weird. I know that's a weird thing to say, but
That is the dumbest basis for whether or not he should go on a date with her.
do you want to go out on a second date?
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to say no on this one.
Alexandra, you have anything to say to him?
I wouldn't want to sleep with you if it was something that you, didn't want to do either. I would, you know what I mean? It wouldn't even get that far, but you kind of just abandoned it right away without even speaking to me about it, and assuming that I was going to just cling to you like some stalker or something, when you just didn't even you didn't even give it anything a chance.
Alexandra, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good luck in the future. If you're worried about getting that V card taken, don't worry. We've got tons of texts in right now at 78592. A lot of willing people out there.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today met a girl at a place where you normally wouldn't think you'd meet a lot of single ladies. As a matter of fact, most of the people at this place have probably never even talked to a woman before.
Whoa.
What is it?
A Magic the Gathering event
Oh, come on.
is where he says that he met the girl that he wants to call today. His name is David. David, how are you?
I'm good, Jubal, but I just want to let you know that there are some women at this Magic the Gathering interest group / club. There are definitely some women. You're right. The majority are men, but there are some women.
David, you listen to the show a lot. Obviously, you emailed in for a second date update.
Oh, yeah. I love the show.
Okay, so you obviously know that if you told me you were meeting at a Magic the Gathering event, I was going to rip on you a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's I can, hang with the best of them, so do your worst.
Oh, you're so cute, darling.
What is this? You said you met this girl at a Magic the Gathering event. I'm not really that familiar with, I know you have cards and things like that. What exactly is Magic the Gathering for people who don't know?
Oh, okay. Well, Magic the Gathering is a trading card game where you use spells and artifacts and mystical beings to defeat your opponents, also known as planewalkers. So, it's highly entertaining. It's great.
As soon as you saw this girl at this event, were you excited?
Oh, immensely. She, like I said, we have some girls, but then when Tori walked into the room, everyone's ears and eyes perked up. All my friends, she was cute.
I bet other things perked up too, didn't they, David?
Well, let's not hit below the belt there, okay?
Okay. So sorry, you were saying that everybody was excited when she walked in and joined the group, right?
Yeah, she walked in. I was taken aback. She was very cute, and I became nervous, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So, but she kept coming over, though, to watch me play, and I ended up asking her out.
Nice. And so you're emailing in for a second date update, so I'm assuming she said yes. What magical land did you guys meet at for your date?
That's a very funny quip there, Google. So,
Thank you.
We actually went to a bar, and things I thought went incredibly well. We got deep into conversation about, our hopes and our dreams, and it was just a very pleasant evening.
I mean, that sounds really deep for a first date conversation. So she was obviously reciprocating the great feelings that you were having.
Yeah, very much so. We actually, so much that I invited her back to my apartment.
Oh, nice. Whoa. Was your mom asleep and stuff, or?
You're such a jerk.
Yeah, well, I have a job. I have a job. I have my own place. I am an adult.
All right, I'll stop messing with you, man. So once you got back there, how did everything go? Was it cool?
It was great. I opened a bottle of wine, and I just felt very close with Tori. It felt actually closer than anyone else I've ever been on a first date with, and I just wanted to share kind of everything with her in that moment. It was very nice.
If everything went so well, then why do you think she's not calling you back?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you guys. I mean, I left to go open a second bottle of wine, and when I came back, she was gone and just sent me a text about 20 minutes after she had left saying, "Sorry, I had to leave. Emergency." That's a direct text.
So you never got a goodbye from her at all?
No, nothing. And she hasn't returned any of my texts or calls, and she hasn't even come back to the Magic Club. So I don't know what the deal is.
Are you worried that maybe you came on too strong, like it was too much for her?
I thought about that, of course, but that's the way that my mom, who does not live with me at all, has taught me to be open. So that's kind of I feel like I was true to myself, and I'm happy with that. I just want to know where she stands.
Okay, so she just disappeared and then sent you a text 20 minutes later saying, sorry, I had to leave. I had an emergency.
Yeah.
Did you get a kiss or anything while you guys were hanging out?
Well, no, I I didn't get a kiss. Maybe I should have tried. I was talking a lot. I guess I just didn't go in for the kill, so to speak.
Okay.
It's just hard to imagine any emergency that would require you not to be able to walk to the kitchen and tell the person that you're leaving,
Yeah, and that's been bothering me. So that's kind of why I hope you guys can help me out and maybe get a hold of her and, maybe find out what happened.
David, why didn't we think of this? It just dawned on me.
What are you talking about?
Invisibility cloak. She had one. She had to have had one. That's how you didn't see her when you came back from the kitchen.
I get it. That's very funny. Can you just help me out, though? I just really, I really like this girl.
Okay, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll call her and get your second date update, all right?
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Imagine this. You're sitting with your friends playing Magic the Gathering. And then into the room walks a fair maiden.
Oh.
So what dost thou do? You walk up to her and you wonder, does she have spells of enchantment? Is she a succubus? Possibly.
I don't know what that is.
Is she a vixen? Most definitely. So you pull out your conjuring stick and you ask her if she'd like to come back to your place to peruse some elixirs. What does that mean? I don't really know what that means at all. I was just making up a bunch of stuff because the guy on the phone for the second date update today, David, met the girl that he wants to call at an event that he goes to for people who play Magic the Gathering. They play Magic cards and stuff. He met her there. They had a connection, and then they went back to his place where they hung out for a while. And then he went to go open a bottle of wine and came back, and she had left. She never said goodbye to him or anything. 20 minutes later, I guess, she shot him a text message that said basically, I had an emergency and I had to leave. David, are you ready to give the fair maiden a call?
Yes, I am. Great intro, by the way, Cubo. Very appropriate. I loved it.
Did I get all the terms correct? I'm not very familiar with magic.
You got 0 of the terms correct.
0.
Okay, you're a noob. That's what we call a noob.
Okay.
A noob. I'm just worried about the conjuring stick still. I feel like that should be put away on the first date.
Yeah, the conjuring stick doesn't come out for a little bit. I'm a gentleman.
Keep your conjuring stick in your pants, okay? All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back. You ready to go?
I am, yes.
All right.
Hi, it's Megan. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, that's not her, is it? You know what, David? She's a changeling. We were trying to call a woman named Tori, but she has turned into Megan.
It could be that you just misdialed.
It could be that I dialed the wrong number, or I think she's a changeling. I don't ever dial wrong numbers, David.
What is a changeling?
All right, let's see if I can get it right this time.
Hello?
Hark. Who's this?
Stop it. Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Tori, please?
Yeah, this is Tori.
Hey, Tori, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Hi.
What's going on? Do you listen to the show?
Once in a while, yeah.
Perfect. Well, guess what? Somebody emailed us about you.
Oh. What'd they say?
Well, they said that you're a great person and they really liked you a lot, but now you're not calling them back. Apparently, you went out with a guy named David.
Oh, God. Okay.
So David emailed us and told us about meeting you and your date and how you kind of just bailed in the middle of the whole thing and shot him a text that said you had to leave for an emergency.
Yeah, that was kind of that was it. I just haven't gotten back yet.
But come on, there's no emergency. You don't just leave.
What do you mean?
Like, was there actually an emergency that you couldn't actually walk to the kitchen and tell him about?
I mean, I felt like the best thing to do is to go.
You said a second ago that you haven't gotten back to him yet. Were you planning on getting back to him? That doesn't sound like a yes at all, Tori.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess not.
So why not? Did you just not like him?
Well, he was really nice, but I don't know that we really clicked.
Why would you go back to his apartment then if, like, things were not clicking, you know?
Well, I kind of thought they were, and then when we were there, I realized it was not as much of a match as I thought.
Why not?
I got a little, there was just sort of a weird moment. I got, to be honest, a little weirded out, so I left.
I would only leave a date like that if I was actually scared.
Yeah, you could say I was scared.
Whoa!
All right, well, how did he scare you? What did he do?
Okay, so basically, we were having a really nice time, and, you know, he was telling me really nice stuff that he'd never felt this way before on a date, and it was really nice. And then he told me he felt so close to me that he wanted to show me something.
You wanted to show, okay. What did he want to show you? Because where my mind's going is not good at all.
That's where my mind went, too, and I wish it had been that. But instead, he reached under his bed, and he pulled out this box.
Okay. What was in the box?
Well, he went to the kitchen to go get more wine, right? And I was curious, like, what is in this box?
Uh-huh.
So while he was in there, I opened it, and in the box were all these framed pictures of himself naked.
What?
And
did you just say naked framed pictures?
Of himself?
Yeah. Also, some of them were, like, with him naked with a bunch of other naked people.
Weird.
Yeah, it definitely weirded me out, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Is this guy a total creeper? Like,
yeah.
What was
so
he
was
doing?
going to he said he was feeling really, like, good about the date and meeting you, and he wanted to show you naked pictures of himself, apparently.
Yeah. So I instantly freaked and was like, I got to get out of here.
What was he doing in the pictures? Like, just standing there naked or trying to be sexy?
I didn't really look at them long enough to know exactly what he was doing. I just saw him, like, naked, saw a naked bunch of friends. I don't know what they were doing.
Glad you got out of the situation. Sounds kind of creepy. But aren't you curious why he was going to show you naked pictures like that?
I mean, a little curious now that I'm safe, but at the time it was like alarm bells going off.
Yeah. Perfect. Now that you're safe, I'm going to let you know that he's actually on the phone listening, and we get to ask him right now.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Hi, Tori. It's
Oh,
David.
God.
Tori, please don't hang up. Don't go anywhere. There's a very good explanation.
I'd love to hear it.
It's a little personal, but now that everything's out there, I might as well explain myself. I wanted to show you those pictures because that's actually me and my family.
What?
My
family?
What?
Your explanation did not help you at all, David. Why do you have naked pictures of you and your family?
My family practices nudism. It's a real thing, and we just believe the human body is beautiful. It's actually not a bad thing. So we're not as freaked out about the human body as maybe the rest of society is. Obviously, I moved away, and I don't practice anymore like amongst everybody else. But when I go home, I do still practice nudism with my family.
Why do you take pictures of it? That's so
Yeah, and why were you going to show me that? Why would I want to see that?
Well, we take pictures because that's just, our family's always naked, and we want everything like a clothed family would want.
I still don't get why were you going to show me that, though? I mean,
I wanted to show you because, Tori, I felt so close to you on our date. I know it would make me seem a little vulnerable and maybe seem silly, but I wanted you to know about me and, all of me, so to speak.
it was a first date. How is that appropriate for a first date?
I know I know it's, it seems silly now because it obviously didn't go very well, but I was having such a nice time and things were moving very quickly in a way that I was, very happy.
No.
He just felt so close to you. He just wanted to show you his mom and dad with no clothes on.
Oh, my God.
Hey, at this point, Tori, I would love to ask if you'll go on a second date with David. We will pay for
No.
it. Mm.
I'm sorry, but no.
Can
Sorry.
you imagine
That's too weird.
the first dinner to meet his parents?
Yeah.
Well, Tori, I think, is there any way to reconsider? I'll
No,
take things
I'm sorry.
slower.
You seem like a really sweet person, but no, I can't.
I'd love for you to at least come back to, the Magic Club, and I'll show you how to become better. I'll show you some of the secrets, at least, of becoming a better player.
Oh, no, I don't want to know any more of your secrets, please.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Bowling alleys are a great way to go on a date. I often find myself hanging around bowling alleys all the time just to help women on their form.
What?
Yeah, help
That's
correct
not why
them.
you-
I might not even know them. I just come from behind them and just go, hey, you throw the ball like this, sweetie. Sure. Sometimes you get slapped, but sometimes you get a phone number.
Oh my God, I'd put a bowling ball in your face if I was there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And Melissa, who's on the phone right now, went to a bowling alley on her first date, but now she's not getting a call back. Melissa, what's up?
Hi.
Hi.
Guys.
How are you? Did you actually know this guy before you went to the bowling alley, or did he just show up there and do my special trick to meet you?
Oh no, he didn't. He didn't do your special trick.
Okay.
I didn't know him. I actually met him through some friends.
Okay, so was the bowling alley the first time you actually laid eyes on each other?
Yes, it was. We texted a couple times, about where we were going to meet and stuff, but that was the first time we saw each other.
Okay. And what's his name?
Jay.
Jay. All right. And tell us a little bit about the date. Why do you think you're not getting a call back?
I honestly don't know, guys. The date was kind of great, or so I thought.
Right.
We got there. It was a really cool place. It was bowling and beers. It was a good time. We were cheering each other on. We were bowling. I'm not that good at bowling, but neither was he. We were both kind of mediocre, but it was fun.
Okay.
Okay, so he wasn't some extreme bowling enthusiast that would put you down or not date you because you got a couple gutter balls.
No, he was not, because he was not doing that great a job himself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And can you remember a moment where you're like, oh, this is really going well?
Well, the whole date was going really well, but I do remember a moment where I was like, okay, I hope I didn't screw this up. It just kind of got a little weird. It got kind of out of hand.
Oh,
So the opposite of what I asked.
Yeah. Weird at a bowling alley can never be good.
So we were bowling around, we had took a little break and we started talking. We were talking about placing some bets on the game, and just bets
Okay.
oh, I bet $1 you can't hit a strike, or I bet $5 you can't chug this beer in less than a minute. Stupid stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fun, playful.
Playful, and I'm always down for a bet. I don't back down.
Okay.
So he bet me to lick the inside of one of the bowling shoes.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What, are you in 5th grade?
I know. At first I was like, what the hell? Should I do this? I want to seem down, so I was like, I kind of have to.
No, please tell me you didn't actually do that.
I absolutely did it.
Oh my God.
I thought he would think I was cool.
Oh, we've done a lot of second date updates. I've got to say, this is the filthiest thing I've ever heard happen on a first date.
Come on. They spray them. They sprayed the shoes.
It's not an excuse.
What did it taste like?
Ew, Brooke.
Okay, no, that's disgusting. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. It honestly kind of tasted like a wet sock, like a soggy sock. It was bad.
I think you're kind of badass for doing it.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking he would think.
That is disgusting.
not.
What did he do after you did it?
Oh, he was cracking up. He just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I don't know if he was laughing with me or at me. Like, he just was cracking up, but I don't know, like, he hasn't called me. We haven't made plans for a second date, so I'm thinking that was it. But then I thought, like, that was okay. I thought we were having a moment.
Did you guys kiss?
Okay, so.
Oh, no.
I mean, we didn't kiss, but I swear there were moments, like when we were getting ready to leave, he walked me out, we were waiting, he called me an Uber and everything.
Yeah.
That's where there were so many moments I thought he was going to kiss me, but I'm sure he was thinking about the shoe, because I was thinking about the shoe. Like, is he going to want to kiss me?
So you guys didn't kiss?
No, I didn't get my kiss.
You can't be surprised.
But come on, that's not fair. He's the one that dared her.
He dared me, exactly.
If you bring it up and you can't handle the actual truth of what happens, then that's on you.
Yeah.
And have you heard anything from him since your date?
No. I text him the day after the date, just like, hey, what's up? I had a great time last night. Thanks for taking me out. Just thanking him. I made a little joke about the shoe thing. I think I said something like, I used a whole bottle of Listerine or something. I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm all good. My breath's okay. Like, but he didn't text me back.
Do you think it's the shoe licking that did you in?
Did you listen to yourself?
Well, I don't know. Like, my friend said that he was a ladies' man, okay?
Okay.
So it could be like 70% shoe, 30% he's a ladies' man, and he just, like, has other girls.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know how many dates I've been on where I'm like, if I just wouldn't have licked that damn shoe, I wouldn't have been in this position right now. All right. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Melissa the shoe licker is on the phone with us.
Oh, my God.
Melissa went out on a date with a guy named Jay. They went bowling. They had a fun time. And at some point, they were making bets with each other. And he bet her to lick a bowling shoe.
The inside.
The inside of a bowling shoe.
Even worse.
And she did it. And like I said earlier, this makes today's second date update the most disgusting in the history of second date updates. And we've heard a lot of really bad things.
Yeah.
So she licked the inside of the bowling shoe, and she thinks that that's the reason she's not getting a call back. Maybe it grossed him out too much, although he did bet her to do it.
Yeah.
She hasn't heard from him in a couple of weeks, so we're about to get him on the phone and find out if that is the reason he's not calling her back. Melissa, you got the shoe out of your mouth. You ready to do this?
Yes, it's out of my mouth, and I'm ready.
Okay.
And I think if that's the reason he's not calling you back, it's so unfair because guys always say, I want a guy's girl. And then you give them a guy's girl, and then they decide they don't want
They're
that.
like, gross, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't even hang out with one of my dude friends if he did this.
That's nasty.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to call him right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Jay there?
Yeah, this is Jay. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
Wait, from the radio show?
Yeah. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing okay. What's up with you?
Not much. I'm just chilling. I wanted to give you a call because we actually received an email about you.
About me?
Yeah. It's from a girl that you went out on a date with.
Are you serious right now?
I am. Her name is Melissa. Do you remember going on a date with Melissa?
Oh. Yeah, I do.
All right. I figure she'd probably be easy to remember because she licked a shoe, a bowling shoe, while you guys were out.
She told you that?
Yes, she did. We actually talked to her about your
Wow.
date, and she's confused because she's been trying to get a hold of you for a second date, but you're not calling her back.
Oh, yo, I can't believe she told you about the shoe.
Yeah,
I can't either.
she did. I can't believe she admitted to doing that either, man. That was crazy.
I would have told nobody that.
You're the one that dared her to lick the shoe. You've got to take some responsibility.
Yeah, but I didn't tell her to go tell anybody about it.
Yeah, that's like something you take to your grave, right?
I almost accidentally licked inside the hole of a bowling ball. I was scared she might actually do it.
Yeah, dude. I think you stopped at the appropriate time, or maybe actually I think it went too far. But
Yeah, that was up in the ante, but we stopped right there. Wow.
so what's the reason you're not calling her back? Do you not want to see her again?
Let's just put it like this. I date my fair share of ladies, and certain things are red flags. And I can tell pretty easily when I can and can't trust somebody.
Okay.
Whoa. Wait, so you're saying you don't think you can trust her?
Nah, I couldn't trust her any farther than I could throw her.
Why do you say that?
Because of what happened at the bowling alley.
You can't trust her because she licked the shoe? I would think, hey, if I dare somebody to lick a shoe and they did it, they would have all my trust.
You know what? She got points for that. She was doing good up until this other moment that happened that made me change my entire perspective on her.
What happened?
All right, so we were closing out. We were about to get out of there.
Uh-huh.
And she ran to the bathroom real quick. Okay. You know, and I said, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and take your shoes and check them back in with the front desk. So as I'm dropping the shoes off, the cashier guy leans into and said, hey, that's your girlfriend or whatever. I'm like, nah, not yet. Just kind of joking with him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, she might be dodging a bullet, man. So what are you talking about? Whoa. So he then tells me he was watching us bowl the whole time.
Creepy.
And while I was setting up my shot, he saw her pick up my phone and actually started going through my phone.
What?
No.
Exactly.
How could he tell that was your phone from all the way back at the bowling desk?
No, he said he saw her do it 5 or 6 times, but only did it while my back was turned.
Oh, what?
Really?
Dang, that is sketchy.
And you didn't think to ask her about it or anything?
It was the first date. Now, if it was a girlfriend, cool, we can have it out right then and there. But the first date, and you're already going through my phone?
Yeah.
Nah.
So you believe this dude that you don't know who said she was going through your phone?
Yeah, hell yeah. If anything, he was looking out for me.
Yeah.
It's the unwritten rule. Guys look out for guys. He helped me dodge a bullet.
Wow. Okay.
She just seemed she seemed really cool when we talked to her. You don't think that there could be another explanation, like she accidentally picked up your phone instead of hers?
5 or 6 times? And only when my back is turned? Nah. What she did is some straight, shady and I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, dude.
I'm curious if she was actually going through your phone, though. I want to know the answer to that.
And why?
I don't need to know that. I mean, she did it on the first date. What do you think is going to happen on the second, or the third, or the fourth?
Well, I just say that because I want to ask her, and I forgot to let you know that she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Yo, no way.
Melissa, you still there? Hey, there she is.
Hi, Jay.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Okay. You sneaky than I thought you were.
I am not sneaky at all. You got it all wrong. That story, his side of the story, it is not how it looks. It's not what it seems like.
Really? So you weren't going through his phone?
I mean, not like that. It's not like I hacked into his phone and was looking through every little detail. No.
Wait, Melissa, I was standing up for you. You actually were looking at his phone when his back was turned.
Okay, listen. I was sitting there. He's bowling. His phone buzzed loud as hell. I just so happened to look over, and it's right there. I'm not blind. I can see what it says.
So just leave it there. You don't pick it up and then start reading all his messages.
Exactly.
I saw a name, and it looked like a female's name. I think it was Sammy or something like that. And I just leaned the phone over to see what the text said. He's the one who has the message right there on his screen. Wow. And it said, "Are we still on for tonight? Are you still picking me up?" Something like that, like at 9, like right after our date.
What?
It was weird. So I was just like, what? What's that?
Oh, Jay.
Yeah, it was weird, but you're looking at my messages.
I mean, but your messages were sitting next to me, so I looked over. I wasn't trying to be sneaky or anything. We were having a good time.
All right, cool. So you saw something on my phone. Why are you going back to my phone again 5 or 6 times after that? Did you not keep picking up my phone?
It was not. It was like 2 or 3 times. 3 or 4
Why are you still picking up my phone? That's the point I'm trying to get you. Why are you picking up my phone?
It kept going off. Like whoever that girl was, she kept texting you. So I'm just trying
Okay, wait. Are you the phone monitor or something?
No, but me and you are on a date, and I want to know if you're involved with someone else. I know your reputation. I'm sure you know your own damn reputation. And you're a good-looking guy.
Shorty, that's none of your business. We're not together.
Look, you have a reputation. You know your reputation. I know it. Our friends know it. You're a ladies' man, so don't act like it's all out of the blue why a female, because I'm sure they've done it in the past, looks over and checks your phone, especially if they're on a date with you and your phone's just getting blown up. I think anybody would do that. Actually, if it was my phone and you were sitting down and I'm bowling and my phone's just going off, buzz, 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 you can't tell me you wouldn't look over. Like, who's hitting her up so much? Who wants to know where she is?
It's like, yo, do you hear what you're saying right now? All right, you hear what you're saying? I would never go through somebody's phone when we're on a date, a first date at that.
Well, that's you. I want to know who I'm dating.
Don't rationalize your craziness and try to tell me what I'm going to do on a date.
I'm not trying to rationalize it. I think any sane person would do what I did, and I'm not like mad that I did it. I don't feel bad for doing it. I wanted to know who you were, what was going on with you, and if I saw something suspicious, then I'm going to look into it.
I don't really blame her. I mean, she's just trying to look out for herself a little bit.
His phone was
Come on, you can't
off,
defend
like
that.
buzz, 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 buzz. I'm like,
But you
who
did
is
have
looking for you.
You had 2 dates planned in the same night, Jay. I mean, she
Yep.
kind of had a point.
All right, wait. All right, look, we about to like just squash all that nonsense. Let me tell you this right here. The name that came up, Sammy, that's a dude. It's not a chick. It's a dude.
That's a dude. Sammy
Y'all
really,
tripping, man.
no guy. Sammy in his phone, it was spelled Sammi. No guy spells Sammy like that. That's a girl. Sammy for a guy is Sammy, sweetie. I know that. So it wasn't like that in your phone. That's a girl.
Okay, so all right, so now there's rules of how I have to spell my boy's name in my phone. Okay, can you get any further in my business?
Melissa, why did you even call for a second date with this dude if you think that he's a player and like planning dates after you?
I still thought the date went good, and I asked my friends, like, do you guys know anybody named Sammy? And nobody knew a Sammy, so I'm like, maybe it's nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that he knew that I looked. So I thought maybe we could have a second date. I just got caught, gosh.
All right, well, Jay, I have to ask this question. Maybe I don't know the answer. I don't know what's right and wrong anymore. Jay, would you like to go on a second date with Melissa? We will pay for it.
Dude, really?
Yeah, yes, I'm asking. Would you like to go out with her again? It sounds like you guys have the perfect foundation for a great relationship.
Nah, Chief, I'm going to pass. But if I need somebody to check my phone messages, I know who to call.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry, Melissa. No second date for you.
That's okay, guys. Thanks for trying.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was meant to be.
No, it doesn't.
You know what? I'm actually kind of glad this happened, though. I mean, I dodged a hell of a bullet, man. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you both, okay?
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Thanks.
And Jay, tell Sammy I said hi, however you spell her name.
It's a dude, not a girl.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, who lets their phone out of their sight? It's a very good question. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Melissa wanted to call this dude named Jay. They went bowling, but he wasn't calling her back, and we got him on the phone, and he told us that he didn't think he could trust Melissa because as they were closing out their tab, she went to the bathroom, and the cashier revealed that she saw Melissa going through Jay's phone. And she admitted that she did look at his phone multiple times while they were on the date. She said it was because it kept buzzing over and over, and she argued that anybody would look at the phone if it was ringing that much.
No, I'm sorry.
That's
but...
sketchy. I mean, it's basically on par with reading your diary. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. So she was opening his phone and going through it to see who was contacting him.
I mean, come on a first date, maybe still when you're dating, you
still shouldn't do it. Yeah,
trust somebody.
So he said no to another date because he's not interested in going out with her because it's probably only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? I'm proud that people saw red flags and actually paid attention to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that doesn't happen very often in this world.
It's true. A lot of times people are like, well, I mean, I guess I kind of understand.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to like 2 years later, and it's like, dude, she's just jealous going through my phone all the time. I didn't see it coming. Had no idea. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm pretty excited about today's second date update because from reading the description of the date on the email that we got, it sounds like we're going to be doing a second date update with one of the members of the Three Stooges.
What?
Or all three of the Stooges.
Did someone like slip on a banana peel or
Kind of
something?
sounds like that. Tiffany, who is on the phone with us right now, wants to do a second date update today. She wants to call a guy named Eric. But the description of your date, Tiffany, in your email sounds like you had one of the worst experiences ever or one of the most hilarious if you like slapstick comedy.
Oh, well, thanks, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We actually, besides those, like, couple little incidents, I thought had an amazing time.
Yeah, so why don't you just kind of like run through the string of events that you document it in your email, and I want everybody to hear it.
Well, first of all, I was really excited to go out with Eric, and we decided to meet at a bar for a happy hour, and I ended up, just like, traffic was terrible, and so I think I was about 20 minutes late. So I got there, and I was so apologetic. I felt so bad, and then I was trying to tell him the story of what had happened, and I use my hands a lot.
Yeah.
And I accidentally hit myself in the nose and gave myself a bloody nose.
See, that's hilarious. That's what I mean by it sounds like an episode of the Three Stooges or something. You're just like poking each other in the eyes and giving yourself a bloody nose.
Did you run to the bathroom?
No, because at first he noticed and I didn't notice.
Oh, no.
So you hit yourself in the nose and you're still talking to him, and then he just started to see blood trickle down your upper lip.
Yes, well, because it just wasn't it wasn't a lot at first, and then I used to get bloody noses all the time when I was a kid. So I thought he was gonna spit out his water, and I was like, "What is going on with you?" And he's like, "Your nose is bleeding." And then I was like, "Oh my God, I have a bloody nose." I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to take a napkin because it was a cloth napkin. So I just held my hand under my nose, but I wanted to finish the story.
What? You just stayed at the table?
Yeah, you continued telling the story with the bloody nose and didn't be like, "I'll be back in a minute."
Well, it was bleeding, but I was just getting to the good part, and I figured I'll just take care of it in a second.
I would have been humiliated if I got a bloody nose on a first date.
I know. I feel so dumb. What am I, 7? Talking with my hands like that, and then I gave myself a bloody nose.
Yeah,
you have
that's pretty funny.
horrible hand-eye coordination.
But it was an accident.
Well, I understand that, but there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that are accidents that are really embarrassing.
Do you punch yourself in the nose often?
Just to, if I ever need to make myself sneeze.
What?
Oh my
You punch
God.
yourself in the nose if you need to make yourself sneeze.
Yeah, that will make you sneeze.
Okay, I had no idea.
That is strange.
So I'm guessing that eventually you cleaned up your nose and got the date back on track.
Right. And we continued to talk and laugh for over an hour, and then it was time to go home, and he walked me to my car.
Yeah.
And so I thought oh, okay. I just figured he was going to try and kiss me, maybe. I mean, and he didn't.
You have blood all over your face.
Yeah.
Crusties all over your
the bloody
nostrils.
nose wasn't there anymore at this point, right? It was all cleaned up?
Yeah.
Okay. So he didn't go in for a kiss.
No.
How did you guys end everything? What's the last thing?
So then I forgot to tell you, I did feel bad about the bloody nose and being late. So I'm I'm so sorry. I feel like we had fun, and I'm I really want to do this again. I go, I'll make it up to you, and I'll pay the next time we go out.
Wow, that's tight.
What did he say to that?
He just was yeah, but it was kind of a yeah where then I got home and I called my friend Amy, and I'm what do you think this yeah sounds like? And she couldn't figure it out either. Is it a yeah he's just tired but he was into it, or if he was trying to be cool, or if he's not into it at all?
So, well, it's probably a yeah that he's not really into it because he hasn't been calling you back, right?
Yeah.
I've texted him twice since then. And the second time, I sent a text that said, "Remember, I'm paying," with a wink face.
Yeah. And nothing? He didn't respond to that?
Mm-mm. I realized this was probably not a perfect date for Eric, and a lot of that was my fault, but I think in between those, really embarrassing moments that, we had a lot of fun. He seemed to be having a good time. He talked a lot. He laughed a lot. And I want a second chance, like a movie.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and then get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, hang on.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings, second date update.
Call now to win a $1,000 cash crate.
1-866-MOVING-92.5.
It's
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings, second date update.
Tiffany is on the phone with us, and today she wants to call a guy named Eric. Eric and her had a lovely first date at a bar where she physically assaulted herself at the table and gave herself a bloody nose. I guess Tiffany was talking with her hands and accidentally smacked herself in the nose and then got a bloody nose. Tiffany, are you about ready to call Eric?
Yes.
You really like this guy. Are you going to be sad if he says something mean?
I mean, besides those couple of incidents, I thought we had a lot of fun and conversation was good. And
All right. So there's really nothing that you can think of. I mean, other than punching yourself in the nose, everything seemed to go very well.
I don't. Maybe he's one of those guys that gets mad, like if you're more than 2 seconds late or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you did show up about 20 minutes late. All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Eric, please?
Yeah, speaking.
Eric, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Sorry, man. I don't really, I'm not going to buy anything or whatever.
No, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just need like 5 minutes of your time.
Whoa.
He thinks that we're selling
Telemarketer?
him something. I mean, kind of.
I'll dial him back.
Okay.
See if I can get him to invest in some life insurance.
Maybe buy some door-to-door meat.
Yeah. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, I'm not interested in anything, okay?
No, you're going to be interested in this, I promise.
Off the list or whatever.
No, I'm not a telemarketer. I actually want to help you out with something.
Look, man, I don't need help. I'm fine.
I'm not. I promise you. Don't hang up. Hey, are you still there, Eric?
Yeah, I'm still here. What
Okay, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. And I'm not calling to sell you anything. I'm calling you because I got an email about you from one of our listeners.
What?
Yeah. Now are you a little interested in what I have to talk about?
I mean, not really, but what are you talking about?
You recently went on a date with a girl named Tiffany, right?
How do you know that?
Because Tiffany emailed me and asked me if I could get you on the phone and find out why you're not calling her back.
She works for the radio station?
No, she listens to the radio show and asked if we could call you to find out if she did something wrong on your date because she would like to see you again. So she's wondering why you're not getting back to her.
I mean, I don't know if I want to talk about that stuff on the radio or whatever.
Is there
If
anything?
she emailed you, she'll tell you whatever she wants. I don't really feel comfortable talking about.
She doesn't know. I mean, unless it's something that is your personal life and embarrassing about you, I can understand you not sharing that. But is there anything I can tell her just to give her some sort of advice?
I mean, like, talk to her about it, and you'll get a sense of why no one's going to go on another date with her.
Well, I talked to her about your date. She told us about it. She said there was an awkward moment where she accidentally hit herself in the nose, and her nose started bleeding.
Yeah, that was one of many incredible moments of the date, yeah.
Incredible, but I don't think you mean incredible
sarcasm.
like an actual good thing, right?
No, I mean it is like the most sarcastic thing possible.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you staying on the phone with me for a few minutes. If your date was that bad, don't you think it'd be nice to give her some advice so that in the future when she goes out with people, it isn't as painful as an experience as it sounds like it was?
She's just the weirdest person that I've ever gone on a date with.
That's intense.
How so?
You ever meet one of those people that just blows everything up into like the biggest possible deal? Like, oh my God, the traffic was the absolute worst. Like everything is underlined.
Yeah.
Everything is in caps lock. Everything is just 15 exclamation points. She was like, the traffic was the absolute worst traffic I've ever been in. Like, take New York traffic and take LA traffic and take Mexico City traffic or whatever she said and add them all together. That's the traffic I was just in. Can you believe it? And it's like, there's no way to possibly believe that. That's ridiculous.
It seems like you didn't even give her a chance, though. I mean, if you're talking about, she just obviously felt bad about the traffic and was trying to make up for it.
I see your point, but it was with everything. It wasn't just the traffic. It was every single element of our date, every story, every, like, reading of the menu.
Whoa.
You know, like, oh, my God, they have margaritas here. Oh, my God, I love margaritas, but I want it to be the best margarita. And the margarita comes, and it wasn't just like, take a sip and be like, this is pretty good. You want to try it? It's like, oh, my God. This margarita is amazing. I've never had a margarita like this before.
I've definitely been around those type of people. I know exactly the type of person you're
Yeah,
explaining.
you just pray you're not at their table, but you just hear them from the other side of the room.
But come on,
This is the most amazing, life-changing margarita you've ever had, Eric. All right.
They met a shaman on the top of the hill to like taste the salt of the Himalayas on the rim of the drink. No, it's a dumb drink. I tried it and it was like, yeah, it's a margarita. It's a margarita.
Poor girl was just excited.
Yes, I've had a margarita in my life.
Give her a break. You know?
Hey, we talked to her a little bit, Eric, and I didn't get that vibe from her at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. She described the date as like one of the best dates she'd ever been
Yeah,
on, and
it's
Eric
true.
was the greatest guy she'd ever met.
That's true.
Right. She kept telling, like, she had a bloody nose and like stayed at the table and kept telling her story and was like, and then I'm just sitting there and be like, you know, do you need something? Do you need a napkin or whatever?
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh my God, you're the greatest guy. You're just like the greatest guy. I'm like, you have blood coming out of your nose.
You're like, no, I'm not the greatest guy. I'm just a human, and I noticed somebody else with a bloody nose, and I thought I might give them something to wipe it up with. Hey, Eric, I really appreciate you giving us a little bit of information on your date, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as exhausted now as I was after the date, just thinking about it.
Well, that was the
It feels
most.
like it's like a marathon, or like 3 marathons, or like the longest marathon in the history of the world.
Eric, I should also let you know that Tiffany is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
What?
Oh, hi, Eric. That was really mean. I don't know why if you were having such a bad time, first of all, that you stayed. Second of all, you were laughing and having a good time and telling stories, too. And third of all, that really was the best margarita of my life. And I'm not ashamed to share that with people.
I suggested more drinks because I was going out of my mind.
Oh, because I'm not all bitter and like, margaritas, who cares?
I was going out of my mind, and I was just praying that the next drink you would see that if that margarita actually was the greatest margarita in the world, then by default, the next drink could not be as amazing. But it was even better.
Of course it could. It's probably from the same batch. That's how they do it at restaurants.
Eric, why you gotta be so mean, right? You're telling me that you didn't have any fun at all with Tiffany. She sounds like a fun girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, like, in the, like, fleeting moments where there was just, like, a lull. Yeah, it's great. But it's like I'm sorry, you're just like, you take everything and make it into the biggest possible thing, and it's just exhausting. I can't. It's too much. It was not the speed that I go at.
Okay, so then just because apparently I'm too much for everybody, what speed do you go at? Like, what would you have wanted?
Just a normal conversation. I just want to have a normal conversation, okay? I don't want to have to feel like everything that we're talking about or everything that's been experienced is the greatest thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. I just want to have a calm, just regular, normal conversation.
That sounds like the most boring date of all time. Sorry you had such a terrible time. You didn't seem like it. And I'm sorry I was trying to have a good time and make everything fun and nice. That's a horrible thing to do when you're dating. I forgot.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's the most horrible thing you could do on a date.
Eric, do not be mean right now. Come on.
Hey, Eric, would you like to go out on a second date with Tiffany? We'll pay for a second date.
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
You sure?
No, I respectfully decline.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. I regret even asking them to ask about a second date, and I would rather punch myself in the nose until my whole head bled out than go on another date with you.
I think, you know what? That is a second date update
good.
first. We've had a lot of interesting endings to these things, but never somebody wanting to just beat their face in until they weren't alive anymore.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Taylor is on the phone for a second date update today, and if Taylor can't score a date with the dude that she wants to call, I'm pretty sure that I will be scheduling a man date with him.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
You like him already that much?
Sounds like he and I have similar interests, that's all I'm saying, because they met at the salon. I don't know what sort of service he was getting, but I spend a lot of my time in salons, and been looking for a bro to do it with me.
Well, I will say your cuticles are top notch.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
So, Taylor, you've got some competition if you don't get a second date, okay?
Okay.
She sounds scared.
All right, your email says that you met the dude at the salon. Was he working there?
No. He was also getting a pedicure. We both were.
Oh, now I want to meet him even more.
Now-
Even more.
Were you lucky enough to get a chair next to said man's chair?
Yes, we were sitting right next to each other.
Oh, that's a lot of time to get to know somebody.
How did that happen? Did you guys did he show you something in his Us Weekly that he was checking out? Yeah. They always have Us
No,
Weeklies.
He was just sitting there. I found him attractive, so I initiated a conversation. I just told him, I don't see a lot of guys in here.
Oh, okay.
And he said that he pampers himself, and once a month he gets a pedicure.
Really?
Then he said, maybe that's why I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, so he threw it out there. He wanted you to know
Oh.
immediately that he was single.
Yes. So then we got a little flirty with each other. He said that he liked my feet, and then I told him I like his lips.
What? Wait.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you went for by the way, that's the one place where I think it's okay when you're starting to flirt with someone to just be like, I like your feet. If you're getting a pedicure. In any other situation, it's creepy, for sure. But you went straight to his lips. That's definitely going to tell him, hey, I'm down to kiss you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was.
Okay, I like
All
your
right.
style. So who asked who out?
He did. He invited me to his house for dinner.
Ooh.
Okay. That same night or?
That same night, that little did I know, I was the main course.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Now I'm
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I don't know. That went fast.
See,
We moved
suddenly
too fast.
every dude that's out there oh, real men don't get pedicures. Now they're all on the phone frantically trying to book an appointment.
I never understood that anyway. It's just your feet. Why wouldn't you want to have nice feet? Man or
Seriously.
women?
It seems weird to me.
And ladies love nice feet.
Yeah.
And dudes' feet are usually terrible. So even if your feet look halfway okay, they're like, wow, he takes care of himself. So anyway, back to the point. It sounds like you had a really nice date with him.
I definitely did. And the next morning, I said, do you want to go get some brunch? And he said he had a dentist appointment, which I'm not sure I believed.
Okay.
Why
Why
didn't
wouldn't
you
you believe
believe him?
Just the tone of voice, I guess. And
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, no, I don't want brunch. I have dentist. Dentist appointment.
Yeah, not that exaggerated, but yeah.
He looked at a toothbrush, and that's the first thing that came to his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
So how did you leave things then?
Well, we did both agree that we wanted another date, and I've been really busy recently, and I know he probably has too, but I've been trying to make time to see him, and he's not really calling me back. We have exchanged a couple texts. I just don't really feel like he's trying to, go on a second date. He's not putting in the effort that I am.
Was there anything that made you feel like this was more than just one wild, crazy night?
I mean, when we were talking and having conversations, it turned out that we had a lot in common. So, I mean, I definitely would like to pursue this and get a little deeper than, a one-night stand.
Right.
I shouldn't say deeper.
Yeah, I know. I was trying so hard not to make a joke. Thank you for addressing it for me. That helped.
You're welcome.
He has been texting you, though.
Yeah, we've exchanged some texts back and forth.
This one's strange to me because it's not like a big drunken night that just turned into a hookup.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever ate dinner, but I assume you had some sort of conversation other than just getting in.
Yeah, we ate a little.
Yeah. Take 2 bites and you're like, you know what? Screw this. And then you throw everything off the table. You're like, get over here. At least that's what happened on your date in my mind. But any idea why he doesn't want to see you again?
I really don't know. I mean, I don't think there was a problem in the bedroom area. But I hope that he doesn't think that I'm too easy because I just slept with him, on the first night.
And if he does, I'm sorry, he slept with you too. He's just as
Yeah.
easy as you are.
I know, but you know how there's different standards for women.
Yeah, but I
Like,
hate that. It makes me angry.
So why? Because they just assume that then you sleep with everyone the first time you meet them. And guys do that.
Exactly, and lots of dudes are down to sleep with it. Dude, I walk down the street. Every time I pass somebody, I'm like, yeah, probably sleep with them. So dudes are worse, but then they judge you if you do it. So hopefully that's not the case, but we'll find out what it is. We'll play a song, come back, and then call them and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, great.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Taylor is on the phone, and Taylor met the dude she wants to call today while she was getting a pedicure. He was also getting a pedicure next to her, and everybody knows where pedicures lead. The bedroom. They ended up having a one-night stand.
No.
It sounds like they didn't even make it to the bedroom, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a pretty classic story, you know. Girl goes in for a pedicure, meets dude getting a pedicure. Then they go back to his house, have all kinds of crazy fun all night, and then wake up in the morning and he doesn't call her back. Just a classic story.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor, are you ready to call John and see why he won't agree to another date?
I am. I'm starting to get a little, I don't know, I'm not really sure about the whole situation and if I'm actually want to go on another date because I like him or if I'm just kind of like pissed at him at this point.
Well, is this your first one-night stand?
No.
So why do you think this one would be different than the others? I mean,
we were talking a lot, and he's really fun. We had a lot in common. I mean, I think we could have something more than just a one-night stand.
Okay.
Like a two-night stand.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe one night and another night again.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is John there?
Who's calling?
John, are you there?
Yeah, this is John.
Hey, John, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay.
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you heard of that before?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what it is if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after your date, they'll email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we recently got an email about you.
About me?
Yeah, about you, Mr. Soft Toes.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you got great feet, man.
That's so creepy.
You got fabulous feet.
True, though.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just confused. Why are you talking about my feet?
Because they're smooth. And I like that about you. Because my feet are smooth as well. Because I get pedicures too.
Oh.
And the girl that reached out to us, her name is Taylor, and you met her while you're getting a pedicure.
Oh, okay, man. That makes a lot more sense. I was kind of weirded out by you talking about my feet.
Yeah.
I like how it was only kind of, though. I mean, good
Yeah,
on you.
just a little.
Yeah.
So Taylor reached out to you guys about me?
Yeah, she did. She sent us an email because she's confused. She's been trying to schedule another date with you after you guys went out, but it seems like you don't want to see her again.
I mean, that's... I mean, I don't know what she told you guys.
Well, it sounds like you just went back to her place and went right to the fun.
Actually, guys, we went back to my place after the salon.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
But still, you guys had fun.
We did. We did have a nice evening together.
Okay. She was a bit more graphic about it.
Yeah,
Told us
she
everything.
was.
Everything, John.
God, even her laugh was more graphic about it.
She told you guys everything that went on?
Everything, dude. Every single detail.
That's why Jubal wants to get a hold of you.
What is that? I mean, I'm not so comfortable with someone sharing all my intimate stuff on the radio. What did she tell
but
you guys?
she just told us that you guys hooked up. But she says that it seems like you don't want to see her again. Is that true?
Okay. Wow, this is just getting stranger and stranger. After we hooked up, obviously I invited her to stay the evening at my place.
Right.
And she was like, oh, great, I'll go get my bag from the car. And I was like,
cool. I don't know why she already pre-planned a bag. That's kind of strange. I mean, we literally just met. But you know, I didn't question it. I just assumed maybe she had a change of clothes or like it was a gym bag or something.
Right. That's totally something that a lot of people have in their cars.
Right. That's what I thought. So anyway, she comes back into my place with this bag, and it's much larger than I expected. You know, again, I thought it was like a duffel bag or a backpack. You know, she comes in with what almost looks like a rolly suitcase type duffle bag. Like she's getting ready to go on like tour or like travel the hills of Europe or something. Anyway, she opens this bag and she takes out this mask.
Mask? Like
a mask.
It sounded like you said meth for a second. I was like, whoa. Mask.
That's what almost have been a more appropriate solution.
Really?
She pulls out this mask, M-A-S-K. And this thing is the scariest friggin' thing I've ever seen.
What is it? Like
it's a sleeping mask, but it looks like a Darth Vader mask. It looks like it's got tubes and it's got like these giant red bulgy eye holes that like will block out light, but like to the outside, you know, it looks like you're like a villain in a Batman movie.
Red eye holes. That does sound like an evil mask.
Right. So she tells me before she puts the mask on, she's like, yeah, sometimes I have problems breathing in my sleep. This helps me. Also, if I don't breathe in the middle of the night, you know, you should call like 911 or something.
Oh, boy.
And now all of this is getting thrown on me, you know, literally minutes after we've just finished, you know. And then she puts the mask on, and it's exactly how I could imagine it. Like Darth Vader, she's breathing through these tubes, and it's the loudest, most annoying possible sound that could possibly come out of a sleeping mask. So I'm like laying there trying to sleep, and all I hear is...
Come on, though, that's not her fault. She obviously
It's not her fault, but I mean, I have a horrid night's sleep. Like, I get zero sleep. Not only that, I am freaked out by this mask.
That's scary.
Again, I really, really like Taylor, and we had a great evening together, but that was just... That threw me off, man. So, I mean, you guys can understand. I just think that it'd be better right now if I don't see her.
You obviously had an amazing chemistry. You got along really well.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It's just, I mean, you know, maybe I'm not describing it better. You really need to take a peep at this thing, you know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she told me, like, you know, I also like to wear it most hours of the day. I mean, that's all I would need.
Let's ask her, John. She's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. I mean, I don't know why I forgot to tell you that, but we should just ask her.
What?
Yeah, Taylor is actually on the line listening and wants to talk to you.
Like, on the phone, or she's just listening on the radio?
On the phone.
It's me.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Wow, Taylor, I am so sorry.
I don't understand why it's a problem because I explained everything to you that night. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's just a machine.
I mean, it was a scary machine that kept me awake all night. I didn't sleep at all.
Well, I'll tell you that you did sleep at some point because you snore extremely loudly.
Yeah. Okay, but Taylor, here's the thing. Like, I don't know what you wanted or expected me to do.
Oh, I am so sorry for you. Was that really difficult? Sleeping next to someone with a machine? What a hard life for a little baby.
I tell you what, it was hard. And, you know, maybe a heads up would have been nice. I mean, am I supposed to be excited, you know, that I'm sleeping next to the crypt keeper?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that you were going to be handling it this way. But since we're going that route, I wasn't going to tell you this, but your breath is horrifying. And you have the most horrible morning breath. And you know what? While I'm on the subject, when was the last time you washed your sheets? Like, what decade was that?
Oh, Taylor, why would you even want to call a guy back that has dirty sheets? I'm sorry. That is, like, red flag to me.
That's like ruling out 90% of dudes.
Seriously. Well, you know what? Maybe we should. Okay?
And by the way, John, it's a sleep apnea machine. I have to use it in order to breathe.
It's just more that... I wish we had talked about it before you just kind of like whipped it out. You know what I mean?
Don't know how many times people have said that in a second date update.
So when I was supposed to then say, oh, and by the way, I have a huge mask that I wear at night.
I think I would have appreciated that, honestly.
Really?
No, you
Why?
wouldn't
Because you
have.
would have sent me home?
I don't know. You don't know I would have sent you home. I would have probably been able to mentally prepare myself before you pulled out the Son of Krypton's mask from your black duffel bag.
It feels like you're bullying her over a medical device, is what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but Darth Vader over there, John, doesn't really sit like you're not trying to say anything bad, you know?
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Okay, I understand how that sounded or how it came off, and I mean, honestly, Taylor, you know, we don't know each other very well, but I'm just not that type of guy that's going to try and bash other people, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said those things.
John, would you like to go out with Taylor one more time on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No. Listen, no, I am not interested in that.
Yeah, but we haven't heard from John yet. John, would you like to go out on a second date with Taylor? We'll pay for it.
Well, you know, after hearing what she...
No, John, I don't want to go on another date with you. You're a sleep shamer.
Sleep shamer.
A sleep shamer? What are you even talking about right now?
You shamed me for the way that I sleep.
It's not the way that you sleep. It's just the apparel that you wear while you sleep.
Yeah, I wasn't shaming how you sleep. You sleep on your back, and that's fine. But the other stuff, that's what I'm shaming you for.
It is to keep me alive at night.
It just bugged me, and I'm sorry.
All right. Well, Taylor, I'm sorry. No second date, but it sounds like that's fine with you.
Totally fine.
And John, I'm sorry that you were scarred by Taylor's sleep apnea mask.
Oh, get a grip.
Taylor, all I'm saying is that the next guy that you take home, just give them a heads up about the mask that you're going to pull out of your duffel bag at some point in their lives.
Okay, well, next time you bring someone home, you should probably warn them about the biohazard that is your sheet.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.